Let me show you guys a GvG video. I want to find... Yeah, there we go. Oops. So this one, two different perspectives.
This group's not like animosity.
Double perspective.
I think we're gonna be okay.
We have to sit on the edge of the caltrot wave, fight around it, focus the target. Target is tam target.
You can't use anything you want to use.
God, I look younger. It's crazy what lighting will do. You know what's funny is that I'm like 4 years older than Pale Orc, the guy on the right. No meniscus and I have a neat damn Strobe. Strobe, aren't you up in like NorCal?
All over.
Get out of the caltrops.
We play caltrops.
We can't hear each other, by the way.
Caltrops again, watch out for their dump.
But it's like Pale Orc and I have fought each other so many times. Like you'll like hear us like talking about anticipating. The Scrubs Anonymous audio should be coming out of your left ear. The LOM audio should be coming out of your right ear.
They're trying to bait out our burst. Get caltrops on the ground.
We're gonna dump with the perma. Hit the perma. Hit the perma on dope. Hit the perma on dope.
Get him
Dump
again
on
and Pale Orc.
1 on the stack on right here. On the edge.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Get ready. Block if you have to. Block if you have to.
So that they just did their ult dump on us. They tried to coordinate the ult dump. And so what they're doing is they're trying to like figure out, you know, of the people on our team, who are like the like easiest to bring down. Del 9 is Furious Fred. A lot of you guys know him. A 10-second Guar.
Second, guys, get ready. Get ready.
This is actually 5s. Usually we do 6v6, but this is 5s. We've got Jules.
2,
Watch that stack right
1,
there. You guys are pretty
now.
stacked.
Like,
They just leave.
so Pale Orc, you just heard him say, watch that stack, watch that stack. It's because he knew that my group wouldn't be able to resist not ulting them. He totally knew that. He called it. And so, because he was able to anticipate what we were going to do, and again, like, you're hearing both audios, but neither one of us can hear each other's audios. But because he was able to anticipate it, our ult dump didn't really do any damage to them at all, because they were prepared for it.
Yeah, we gotta time. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Let's see.
Dallas
All right,
right
that's
here.
me. You can see me now. I'm going to go back away.
We need the DV right here, guys. You ready? Find a target. I'm gonna knock up
I think
Jules
they're
right
having
here.
some serious stand problems here. Get
Jules
cave,
weak,
Cav
IDV.
J. You gotta heal on Jules.
Good job. Stack bears. I can't weapon swap.
And then drop Jules. This was Jules' very, very,
I need
very
stamina.
first
I need
GvG.
stamina.
And she was still getting used to the,
Deleted. I don't know why.
Alright, I'm good.
still getting used to like a lot of the damage that's
Yeah,
incoming.
that's who we're on. Watch out, Arya's going down. Arya's going down. Arya gotta just kite it out, man. Kite it out, kite it out.
Stay on.
Make sure you save your purifies.
Shark thing, you guys.
Save your Dawnbreaker. Dots up on everybody.
Power the light on Thogate. It's on Dell.
Caltrops down.
We gotta kill Arya. Arya, dude. Arya's
They're debating
fucking
who to
dying.
target.
There,
Sure.
look.
Arya's
Squish
taking damage
it.
again.
Get on Arya. IDP
Arya.
at 3. Wait, holding it.
So we anticipated their ult
We can't
dump,
do-
so we
we can't
remembranced
waste remembrance
that
just
they're
on
about to
regular
dump
damage
again.
like that. Get ready to hit. That's their health ward though. Fuck. Get ready to hit Cav J. Just make sure we got the dots down. Caltrops down.
So we're dotting everyone up and getting everything on the ground
Spread out,
first
spread
before
out,
we do
spread
our
out.
dump.
Here's their burst. Here's their burst. Here it comes. Good job. Good job.
Dell.
Get ready to counterbomb.
All on Dell.
Caltrops down. DB's in 3, 2, 1. Fred, what are you doing, man?
And Fred was muted. He was muted at the time.
Is Fred in Discord?
Yeah, Pale's in
Oh, shit, I
Argonian
was
now.
muted, but yeah, I was going down.
That was my initial.
Argonians are just too strong in GvG because Mag DKs are weak to getting CC'd.
Let's
And
get on Arya.
Argonians-
See him in the back
Whoops,
here?
have the best
DB
stand.
on J.
Get on.
DB's on
Remember to
Cav J
double
in
3.
3, 2, 1. Now.
1 dump.
Oh shit.
Execute.
Good remembrance.
Hard switch Dell. Hard switch Dell.
So our healer
Watch the stack,
anticipated
it
their
might
dump
dump.
and had their
Get out of that
buckets
AoE.
going during it, but their healer did the same thing for ours.
Dot them all up.
There's like a lot of stuff going on here, but it's just all about like synchronizing and like
Oh, stay on
Let's
tail.
get
anticipating.
Kisses with tongues.
Yeah, yeah.
just trying to find like
DBs
a
on
weak
kisses
link
with
that we
tongues.
can drop.
Fred, that's fine. DBs on kisses with tongues
DB.
in 3, 2, 1.
On
now.
focus on Dell. Get ready. There's their rip. Big
What the
heal.
fuck? I didn't even
Okay.
see what healed them.
But we only have 4 people in because they've already
Stack
dropped
on Dell,
tools in
actually.
this
Get ready
case.
for the
Dell,
counter
I'm
bomb.
gonna
They're
knock
gonna
him
hit
off.
us
Here we go.
right
Get
now.
on Dell. 3,
Spread.
2, 1 on Dell.
So they're getting ready to dump, but I can like anticipate that. That's why I'm telling my team to
Get on
spread
Dell.
out.
Form.
He's gonna die. Stay on him.
What gets
Can heal
people
you.
killed is if your healer gets CC'd at the same time as the dump.
Touch down.
Get on
They're
him.
on
Get on Dell.
Dell.
Stay on him. Whole
Where is
time. All
everybody?
damage on
If
Dell.
the healer gets caught in the same Dawnbreaker as a DPS, then that's GG.
Kiss with tongue. Kiss with tongue. Oh, I put it on. My rest.
The healers can usually tank through a DB,
It's fine. That's good.
But-
Thank you.
a stamina DPS
You ready?
can't. So if the healer has to heal up himself,
Help, help, help,
DB
help.
They can't do that
2,
and
1
heal.
now. Is that their remembrance?
Can't fucking move.
They just use a remembrance.
Fuck,
Their
Frank,
shit ain't
really?
moving.
Yeah, like, why
That's
is their
right,
shit
fuck,
not
I'm
moving? I don't understand.
I'm a spectator.
it's because they
Alright, let's find
anticipated it and
Dogate.
blocked it.
Fuck with heat on Dogate, dude.
And Darius, dude,
Aria,
it's like one of the best
yep, we're
VQs in the
going
game. You are right about
Play
that.
yourself. On him.
Sid XTV. What's up, Nate S? How's it going, dude?
Get ready for a call out, guys. Get your approval right now.
We're
Now,
watching
jump on
some
him, jump on him.
YouTube
There you
videos.
go.
Good job.
Yeah, so they dropped
Del
Aria.
Z, Del Z.
Easy.
Del.
LOM is like known as like a ball group, but they're really good at small scale when they get their like core 6 on. And this is pretty much already over at this point because we've got 3, they've got
I
5.
think that's game. That's game.
We're not going to come back from that. So they got us that one. But that was Arya's and Jules' very first GvG
Like, why
scrim.
weren't they taking damage, though? Also, one of them's running.
Good job, guys. Fucking good job.
I like LOM because they do it all. Yeah, dude, me too. And like, Palork's a really chill dude. Like, I have seen a lot of small scalers talk shit about Palork because a lot of small scalers like to be snobby
Fight here, guys. Last fight.
and associate LOM with Balzerk. Most of the small scalers I see talk shit about Palork would absolutely get packed up in a 6v6 fight by Palork 6-man. Because that dude is dedicated.
Kill
Don't worry,
traps
guys.
down.
Play one more and that's it.
And if I'm hitting it free,
Got that. He's on it by himself already, Aria.
Let's get on the
Back
healer
to the
if you
group.
can. Kiss.
So this is our. So I recorded this just for Jules and Aria because this was like their very first GvG, and they were just fill-ins. Like they're not part of our GvG thing, and there's absolutely a GvG meta that's evolved, and they didn't know what it was. In between that first fight that I just showed, that LOM won, and this fight right here, Jules and Aria made a few changes to their build, and they were more getting like used to it and like learning about how the GvG scene works, and they were getting more practice because this was their first time, and so they made a few adjustments and they were just more comfortable with it. And this was I think our third fight with LOM. That night LOM won the first 2 against us, and then I think we won 1, and then this was the 4th match. And again, you're gonna hear me on this side. If you've got headphones on, you're gonna hear LOM on this side, but we can't hear each other. At least not when this was being filmed. I had to compile this together after the fact by going to Palork's stream and re-recording it by watching his VOD. And I was not streaming it this
Tongue
time.
is the healer. He's
Get on the
purifying
edge
a
of
lot, so
Cal's
reapply the
traps,
dots.
north side.
God, I look so
I
young.
can spot him easy.
Good.
I got a DB.
Yeah.
We were fucking you guys.
On Jules in the middle here.
Should've
Here.
thought about it, just logically makes no sense.
Knocking her up.
We did. I thought.
Are there even enough people in my alliance for GvG? Good people?
Scout down.
There were, dude, up until like
Watch out, they're about to bomb us.
2 months ago. Adrestia was one of the top GvG guilds.
I'm gonna ult on Jules.
Well, you don't
Ready?
need to. I mean, like,
Knock
wait
her up,
until we
boss.
actually
Wait for
see
the
the
remembrance.
bomb.
We got 3 DB.
So you can hear Palork talk, and he's like, we're getting ready to dump, wait for the remembrance. Like, his goal is to anticipate what we're doing. Our goal is to anticipate what he's doing. At the end of the day, like, the GvG stuff very much is a game of ultimate dumping chicken. Because the only counter, the only thing that will keep someone alive during a coordinated ult dump, there's 2 things actually. One is Earthcore, and Earthcore is banned from GvG tournaments. But the second is to have a remembrance going. And so that's why Pale's like, we're going to wait for their remembrance. What he's trying to do is he's trying to bait out the Remembrance. He's trying to make us think he's ult dumping so that we blow it early. He's trying to like fake us out. But we know that, so I'm like, wait, hold, etc.
Find Jules. I'm gonna line it up, guys.
No, they're using that to bait it out.
And they're absolutely focusing on Jules because they know that she's new to this, and so they're trying to pick on her. She died first last time, not because she's like the worst. She's probably a lot better. Like, she would beat me in the duel for sure. Same with Arya. He already did today. But they know that she's new. That's why they're picking on her. That's what I would do in their shoes too.
Get ready to bomb on him again. Let's just take him down. DB's 3, 2, 1. Now. Now.
Nice perm of him.
Gotta have that stay in power.
That's their Remembrance. Good. Replay caltrops. Arya's taking big damage.
Find Arya. On Arya.
Replay caltrops, guys, if you didn't already.
Knocked up, mighty B.
I'm separated.
I know.
Bone shield.
Did you guys see that though?
Watch out for the dump there, careful.
Like, watch that. Watch how synchronized LOM was with that dump right there. Like, watch this part of the screen right here.
Caltrops, guys, if you didn't already.
Like, watch this. They're getting ready.
I know.
They held their DBs until they got them knocked up. The reason why they did that is because you cannot block when you're in the air. But our healer saw it coming and had a Remembrance going.
Caltrops down on their clump.
Except that's fucking dirty,
We're
dude.
gonna
Up,
DB,
they're gonna
okay?
dump when we get to
We're
the
gonna DB
outside of the
pale.
caltrops
3,
here, probably.
2,
Push
1.
high ground.
Did you guys hear that? So I'm getting ready to call a dump. Pale Orc is saying they're getting ready to dump. Like, Pale Orc is absolutely anticipating what I'm calling out. Listen for that again.
They're gonna dump when we get to the
We're gonna DB
outside of the
pale.
caltrops
3,
here, probably.
2,
Push
1.
high ground.
Now.
There it is.
Pillar,
I need help. I need help.
No, there's the healing word.
And
Nice.
because they anticipated it, they didn't die.
Nice heal.
Caltrops down again.
Blind
They're clumped
Jules.
up again. Good.
I got DB. Big heal on Cobb J. Big heal. Okay,
Get
dope,
their
dope.
Get
Get ready to dump on
down,
dope.
but keep them all dotted
On
up.
dope one right here. On Enzo.
So we made them blow
Get
their
ready to DB.
Remembrance
You guys have
without
DB?
an ult dump. So now we're about to do a
Get ready to
DB, but you could see their Magler already used their Remembrance.
Now.
So we should be able to drop one of them now. Oh, or not.
Reset.
It's been a while since I've watched this.
West.
Pale's
Get out of
just
this
not
one
taking a
lumber
lot
pile.
of damage.
Go east, guys.
him against
Find ground
separated.
nice and slow. Bigger. Get out of the
He's
caltrops.
done on
Moving
purpose
east,
to
east,
try to bait
east,
you up.
east.
We have a rule. You're only allowed one healing Magplar per team. Because if you have more than one, these matches would never end. You're only allowed one Remembrance and one Rest Vault. You cannot have two characters using Remembrance, because if that were the case, the matches would never end. Same with Earthcore. Earthcore would, mean the matches would never end. And that's why the large-scale guilds like Tricaris and KON and Tertiary Meat do not come to these GvG events. It's not because they're bad. It's because they're just not used to playing without like a lot of these really strong group-oriented things. How many groups on DC and EP do GvGs roughly? So the last tournament we had 6 teams show up, which was lower than average. The tournament before that we had 10. The tournament before that was the big one that we were like advertising. The last one was kind of like small, more invitational only, but the one before that in July, the big one, we had 10 different teams show up. 6 of them were DC. But the problem is that the 6 that were DC were relatively new teams. So you had Animosity and Scrubs Anonymous on EP. You had Lollizerg, Adrestia, and Yellow Fever on AD. And then you had like 5 DC teams, like Powerpuff Girls and Strife and LOM and a few others. I think the Matt Fire, Bearded Whale, like that group came too.
East, east.
Don't chase.
Together.
But those guys didn't have as much experience. It's not that they're bad
Alright,
players.
beautiful.
It's just that they
Jen here. Let's find Jules.
haven't had like,
She's in us right here.
literally over 100 matches practicing this kind of thing,
Actually,
which is
he's
what this
down.
is right here.
High ground out of caltrops. High ground.
Just
out of
like dueling,
caltrops.
practice makes perfect. And that's why I have so much.
Jump on him.
3,
3, 2,
1.
1 on him.
Yeah, you pressed it.
I see, they anticipated.
On Jules.
And we both get frustrated too, because both of us anticipated the other.
Get out of the
This cracks
caltrops,
me up
guys.
watching
Jump
this
on the edge
dude.
of it. Keep kiting around the caltrops.
I love Baylor. He's an awesome
Cavs
dude.
over to the side. Get ready to get
Yeah,
down. 3,
Cap,
2, 1. Now.
Cap,
Spin,
J's going
spin,
down.
spin, 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 spin. Got him.
So
Good
that-
job. Awesome. Good eye.
He did
Get
see
ready to
that
get a
coming.
bonus.
But we were able to bait it out early.
Aria.
by dot pressure.
Yeah, we should have done dual wield from the beginning. I'm sorry. We would have won it.
I thought you were. You told me you were.
No, Arya's saying like, oh, we should have swapped our bars around early. One of the things we do for GvGs is we don't hit stuns on cooldown the way we do in like duels. The reason why is that if you see an opportunity to burst someone down, you need to be able to stun them so they can't block, you know? And you need like that very first Dawnbreaker to stun so that your buddies' Dawnbreakers all land and aren't blocked. If they have CC immunity, as soon as someone gets like 1 dB, they will immediately hit block. They won't roll dodge. Everyone that's like experienced in GvG, they get DB'd by one character, they will immediately block and probably hit their Purify synergy, which they should be holding on the ground, and probably hit their immovable if for some reason they don't have CC immunity.
Jules, by yourself.
We are dotting them all up, trying to sniff out a weakness. It looks like it's Paler. Looks like it's Paler.
Nowhere to hide.
So we're trying to find who's low on
Dot
stam,
him up first.
and we're thinking it's Paler, but I'm actually wrong. He's actually got a decent amount of
He's on
stamina.
Pale. 3, 2, 1, now.
Hit it
There's
now.
that Remembrance.
And they counter
Get
bomb.
ready for their counter bomb. Reply caltrops. They're stacked up real tight right now. Dot them all up again.
Your remembrance.
Tabs and orbs.
Was that our remembrance or theirs?
There's
I
no guard.
hit arrested.
Kisses with tongue. Kisses with tongue here.
Almost got a DB.
Reply
Trying to
caltrops,
get
guys.
Aria Oz on the outside right here.
So what I'm doing, and like what a lot of the people in my group are doing, is we're hitting as many people as possible with the Master Dual Wield Bleed, because for one thing, it stacks. So if I've got it on someone, and Arya's got it on someone, and Jules has it on someone, that stacks. That's damage that stacks. So all three of them be going on at the same time. But the other thing is that LOM is only running 1 Templar. We have 3. We've got Arya. Actually, no, fuck. We've got 4. We've got Arya and Daros, Jules, and Rack. Actually, I just realized that my team is running an illegal composition right now. My bad. You guys didn't see that. But having a Purify on the ground to get rid of the Defile and the dots is super important, especially with the armor debuffs. You need to purify the armor debuffs in GvG, because if you don't purify the armor debuffs, you're going to take like 25% more damage from 4 different Dawnbreakers, and that'll finish you. So what we're doing is we're applying dots to everybody. What we're trying to do with that is make them blow their purifies. And when we see the dots like whittle someone down to where they're at like, 67% HP, we know that they've blown their purifies. And remember that purifies are on a 20-second cooldown, like your synergies 20-second cooldown. So when we see someone that's like, hovering around 60%, like him again is in this case, we know that they've blown their purifies already, and we know that if we were to do a debuff and then a Dawnbreaker, they wouldn't be able to purify that. So when I say things like we're trying to sniff out their weak player, it's not necessarily that we're looking for their worst player. It's that we're trying to, find someone who, if we do a lot of damage to, it'll stick.
Caltrops.
Watch the
Hemigan's
caltrops,
looking
guys.
pretty low. Osgo's way off to the side
We
here.
got rest up. We got rest up.
We're also looking for people out of
Be good
position,
call,
but
thank you.
Osgo's really good.
Caltrops.
Wait, you're
He's
running
safe on the
No, they
outside.
do.
He can play on the
You're
outside
good.
without getting
He's not running rest
first
station.
down.
Here, Pale.
On him.
Kisses with tongues is looking really low.
I got a
Brad,
DB
can you
too.
bug him
I'm
for a
really
little bit
low
so we
on
can
resources
DB
right now.
him again?
So I'm telling Rack to get on their healer
Him again, him again, him
with
again.
a
waiting for a
Vamp
pod.
stun at the same
DB's
time
him
we
again. 3,
DB.
2, 1, now.
Just rest out, he rest out.
Yeah, shit, I saw it.
You ready? Find this fucking guy.
So what I mean by that is like, so Jules called out Resto because we do not want to do our Dawnbreaker at the same time that they've got a Resto up going, because that means whoever we're hitting is going to have major protection. So Jules made the right call there, and I was just too slow. I was not as fast as Jules. She made the right call, and we wasted an ult dump, which means we have to wait another 10, 15, 20 seconds, however long it takes to build ult, before we have a chance of killing
Oh,
that
he's
guy
on the
again.
outside
bad.
right
Good
here.
call,
Oz.
left.
Ready?
Good
Try to
call,
knock
good
this
call.
motherfucker up. Here we go.
Get ready, they're going to bomb. They haven't bombed us yet.
Come on.
No worries.
Hit it.
So I'm like saying, watch out, they haven't bombed us yet, because I know, like I'm tracking their ult, the same way I'm tracking mine. I know that when my ults, are up, theirs is probably not that far behind. So I know they've got ult. I know they're getting ready to bomb. That's why I'm saying, watch out, watch out. And Pale's saying, like, get Arya, because Arya's off to the outside. Where is he? He's not one of these four, I don't think. Because he's off to the outside. Yeah, he's like way over here. I think. Nah, I can't see. Oh well. Let's keep watching.
Get on their healer.
Fuck.
There's their bomb.
We ran into the
God,
cow
why the fuck were we doing
Brack, I
that?
think you're thinking someone's. Oh, kisses.
Kisses, kisses, kisses.
Yep. Aria's more swirl.
That cracks me up when we say that. But that's the name of one of the characters we're attacking. We're not. Jules and I are not saying kisses to each other. We're trying to call out someone that's low HP, which means that they've blown their purifies, which means if we Dawnbreaker them, they won't be able to get out of it.
Early, dude.
Hit this Nova. You ready?
No, we're not ready.
Well,
We gonna play Caltrops?
God's blown.
Get ready to
Caltrop,
DB
sorry.
on Paylurk.
Sitting in Caltrops.
Paylurk.
Fucking
DB's on Paylurk in
Taking
3.
high
He's off
damage.
the side. 3, 2,
trying to
1.
lie up and attack
Now.
here.
Paylurk's over here. Their remembrance.
Paylurk's
We're gonna play
really
Caltrops.
good at body
God,
blocking.
Going off
So
line
fucking
Jules,
delayed,
dude.
even though I'm
I
pressing
see her.
it at the right time.
Body blocking is the act of like
Service.
kind of doing like the old switcheroo with the teammate, which if anyone's doing single
While we are
target
stacked, they're gonna
damage,
for sure.
it makes it harder for you to target because someone else is standing in between you and them. It's kind of like in basketball.
That 30%.
See, him again is
Rest of
a,
the
is
day,
a
Get him, get him.
Warden HP ice tank.
Ah,
Nova. Ready?
And I blew my Dawnbreaker there because I thought I had a chance to kill someone, but I was wrong.
Use it on Paylurk if you can.
That shit.
And that's a bad call because as you can see over here, Paylurk's still got plenty of stam.
Bigger.
You play Caltrops?
My
Get him,
DB.
get him, get him, get him, get him.
Get him, get him. Nice, beautiful. Was that a 2-for-1 special or just two?
The clip is now there. Thank you for the follow, dude.
Yeah, get Paylurk real quick.
Paylurk, yeah.
Alright, me.
DB's on him. Got him. Good job. God, you guys really adapted fast. That was awesome.
The dual wield changed it completely. Because the 2H makes no fucking sense. It like
This match actually was we got 2, they got 2, so that was actually a tie. But this was Paylurk's recap. So you can kind of see it's like rending slashes, twin blunt bleed, rending slashes, and then there's my DB. But yeah, bleeds are strong in GvG not because they're gonna kill someone, but because you can force people to blow their purifies, and purifies are the most precious thing you can have in a GvG. Let me show you guys a small scale video while I'm here. This one's pretty toxic. This one's pretty toxic. When I record or when I stream, I don't lead the group. I tend to lead for the GvG stuff, but I'm trying to get more people in the group to have like leadership experience. Dell, Furious Fred, same person, very strong player. This is actually one of his first times leading the group, and he's a natural born leader, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see him leading more often than not going forwards. Ideally, I want to be like Fing Rush, where I kind of like have someone else lead the group, and that'll give me more time to read Twitch chat, etc. That's my life goal. Here, let me put my webcam back on. So this is me on my Stamina Ward and using the Stamina Ward build on my YouTube videos. This is a small scale example of us, I think, against like 20 people. I run the Miet add-on. You can see here in the bottom right corner, right here, see where it says DC 11. This is how you know what your odds are. So I know that I've got 4 EP around me, so plus me is 5 EP. So right now this is a 5v11. I started recording this fight in the middle, but you can kind of get a sense of how outnumbered we are by looking at this meter. It doesn't count everyone though. They have to be close. So if you're looking at like Nightblades or people that are off kiting to the side, it's not going to count them. So it's not perfect. But pay attention to the calls that Del Q, Del 9, Furious Fred, 10 Second Guard, same person. Pay attention to the calls that person's making because they're really good calls.
Good thing.
It's fine, Smith.
We can maybe hit him. We have DBs. All right, turning around. Over here, the big clump. On Crown.
On ground.
Big clump's running
All
away.
right in front of Crown. Hold your round. All right, heal up, turn right back around, inside, hit everyone on the stairs, 3, 2, 1, go.
You fucking DC fucks. Alright.
Wow.
That was
Back
embarrassing.
under.
We can
Silverwolf.
finish him. Never mind.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
We got more coming in from behind.
Get everyone.
they don't have.
Pavilion, hit. Anyone have DBs?
Not yet. I'm
Hit
close.
right in front of us.
DB.
Alright guys, we're gonna go south. Let's get some distance between us and them, even though we can probably beat them. Let's go for the safe option here.
Oh, what's no? We can finish him. We can finish him.
Okay,
We can finish him. We can finish him. I should not have said that. I just want to stress.
Alright, stay.
One of the problems of being the GM of the guild is that I have this bad habit of backseat driving. I'm trying not to. It's something I'm working on. I used to be like the main caller. Actually, that's not true. Before I was driving, it was standstill. But then he stopped playing. So then I started like driving. But I'm trying to get Fred to drive too, because I'm probably going to end up having to play Magplar. And as a healer, you really shouldn't be driving. So I'm so used to driving that I'm like, no, do it. I should have done what he said. Do as I say, not as I do. And overriding a call that someone makes mid-fight is not a good thing to do. But anyway.
Stay on the body. Prevent fences, you're right.
Doing the wrong thing together is better than doing the right thing separately.
Just want
Because
to be
everyone
off
has a different
rapids.
definition of what the right thing is. I knew you had like a hidden agenda. I play so much faster when I'm not streaming.
This
Like
guy?
you can see,
Oh, that was terrible.
like my connection is so much better when I'm not streaming.
Alright,
Even though my
since
ping
we
is the
can't do
same.
damage, let's go to
like, the
Toph
flow through
and
is so much
kill
better.
whatever he's killing. I'll just jab everyone off of us.
That's still being a little bit shady. That's a good choke point right here. For those of you that are
Hit him
just
if you
tuning in,
got
this
it.
is not live. We're going through
Heals
some
up.
videos I have now.
So the other that follows the other.
Oh wow, just whiffed. Who's the healer? What's his name?
Default.
Okay.
One. Upload.
People are starting to respawn, so we're gonna get a lot more in. Left frag, I like that scotch.
Is this during
Oh,
the
I need
Swift
help!
native? This was
Go, here's go.
TV on Fred, I think like a month ago. So yeah, it's definitely Swift native.
Guys, there's like a... Alright, we're going south. Kite, there's a Match Blade.
Push, girl. Oh, okay, fine, come on.
We're going south! Get on the ground!
He called me out the second time, and he should have. He was right for calling me out. His name's not actually Fred, but he has a character
Lane
named
aside,
Furious
is that
Fred.
guy a dueler? And he's out here fucking Xing us? Alright, DBs, right in front of us, 3, 2, 1.
This is why I don't stream over small scale. Because it can get pretty toxic.
Guys, explain aside towards this tree to the west here. Fuck this guy. He's a piece of shit. He fucking rolls 3 storks because he fucking sucks.
Explain aside's a nice dude. He's a good dude,
right?
dog.
On
This was the only fight on the server. Explain aside was in the right place. Oh, they're clumped.
DBs, hit him!
Can't believe that DB
Just
missed.
want to repent one clump of bodies. Still got rapids on my bar.
I'm running Corrupting
Find it
Pollen,
for us.
by the way. That's like, you'll notice
Alright guys,
stuff
head
being put on the
south,
ground. It's
west,
not
west,
Caltrop,
west,
it's
towards this rock
Corrupting.
formation. Quick crown. I'll throw
Or
some
the
jabs
Defile.
off of us.
And the synergy heal too
Alright,
is really
stack back
strong
up,
on
keep
Ward.
kiting. Up here, we've got some high ground. Doesn't really matter.
It's over now.
Alright, turn. Do we have DBs?
Yep.
Alright, turn. Push through. Push right through.
Time stop.
Hitting here.
This was an organized group, by the way. This is
Wow,
a
it's a
full
good thing we
pugs
found
of
the fucking 20
dagger
worst
fall,
players on the goddamn server. Dead all.
Red's shade.
It's good up there.
Stay on Daddle. Nice. Push right fucking through. DBs are free for now. Not that we need them. That's why they're free.
I'm good friends with the GM of the Pug the Dagger.
I keep trying to
He's a cool
repent
dude.
because I was just on the
He's got a lot of really creative
Oh.
builds.
And it's just like, nope, that's not the repent
Like
button
after
anymore.
every
Lucky
kill,
birds,
yeah, I
thank
get
you
that.
for
Yeah. Oh, hey. A bunch of EP over here did not even
But yeah,
interfere.
so I usually don't stream
Done,
this
done.
kind of stuff.
No, not done.
Bye, Rack. Ooh.
Because we're being
everyone.
toxic
Finally.
towards
not done.
the people we were just fighting. And then the EP Zerg shows up right
Oh,
at the
hey,
end.
Good
What's
to
up,
see
they
baby?
arrived. Oh,
Let's go over. Let's go
Our
to
heroes.
the flag.
But we're also pretty toxic to each other. we have a rule. We're not allowed to argue or even second guess calls while we're in a fight or even while we're not mounted. But our rule is that as soon as we're mounted on horses, we're allowed to argue about strategies. So we'll be like, dude, I can't believe you said, like, push or pull. Like we'll argue about all that stuff. As long as we're mounted, the guild rule is that we can, discuss anything and make fun of each other. And we talk more shit about each other than we do about our opponents, to be honest. And that, more than anything, is what I don't want to be out on the stream. I think this is the GvGs from the most recent tournament. So we had 2 pugs in our group.
Here we go.
Rain and
Careful, though.
Faustus. So this is
Okay,
us versus
stack figures.
Animosity. They slaughtered us. They're the one guild that has a positive ratio against us. But we rarely fight them because we're both EP.
Here it comes.
Bro, I don't
But
even
they
have
destroyed
remembrance
me.
by the time y'all are getting dumped.
And the reason they were able to dump me like that fast is because we do not have ultimate. They beat us to ult, and so they got their Dawnbreakers and their leaps for every single one of their stamina DPS players before our Magplar got remembrance, which is really impressive on there, and I still do not know how they did that. I think it's because my group spams Caltrops for extra DPS and for the snare, and I think that they really are using the one strong counter to my group, which is using all of our dots to build ultimate faster than us, and to then dump ult before my group can even get their remembrance ready. It's the same tactic they use against Lolly Zerg in the GvG tournaments, which forced the thing to be a 4-way tie at the one before this one. Animosity won this tournament by far. They were undefeated in this match.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm using bloods, but they're not hitting me, I guess.
Why
To
you
proc the
using it
brother.
But they beat us because they did not attack
So
our Magplar.
regardless, they just delete
So-
one person every time.
We were hitting all of them.
Well, yeah,
they
because
weren't
we don't
hitting
have
us.
remembrance gone.
They weren't hitting our Magplar. So it was really smart. Aurelia is probably one of the best GvG, if not, actually, no, he is the best GvG theory crafter in the game. And I am not surprised. Animosity, it's a really strong group. And they also have 2 of our players. So I like to look at this as us listening to ourselves, because Lycer and Big Boy Season are both Scrubs Anonymous players that got poached. Cool. All right, good fight. Fucking Animosity. No, I'm just kidding. They're still buddies. And we like Animosity. They're good people.
All right, so we got that out of the way. Let's go fight the rest of the teams.
Alright, thank you. I didn't even have my remembrance
So
yet.
this is us against Yellow Fever.
Bro, make the first move.
You guys ready? Let's go. All right,
I
we are
love Yellow Fever. These guys are
targeting-
really cool too. But they Zerg a lot because they're like
I
really
guess,
big on playing the map.
Not Shoza,
But they're
not
really good
Z-Dog, not
at
Larsen.
6v6 stuff.
Constantly move.
They have a
after.
different style
Oh my gosh.
than a lot of the other groups. Like they build a lot tankier, and their
Keep pushing on,
damage
we'll
is
just
more
hit the clump.
persistent. But if I was to
Loudrism looks like he's taking damage.
if I was to like rank groups, I'd say that assuming Adrestia isn't in the running anymore because they're not playing anymore, I think Yellow Fever would be number 3.
I really
LOM
need you
sometimes
guys,
beats
Templars, always have a fucking Purify on the ground in case they're very ready to dump on us.
I sometimes get cranky. I'm sorry, guys. I was getting really... So, Rain was our pug, and people that are like duelers, they don't put Purifies on the ground for other people to use. They only do it for themselves. But we need Purify on the ground at all times because of how the GvG stuff works. So, I apologize for being cranky. This is why I do not stream this stuff. Rain's a good guy. He knows better now.
The only way you can survive the burst is if we have the Purify for the armor debuff in the file. Someone shows up. Here it is right there. My trees. Oh, wrong quick bar. Whoops. Faustus is dead.
So I was trying to do trees to keep Faustus alive. Faustus also brand new to GvG. This was, I think, his like second or third match. The first one was against Animosity in that last one. So Faustus is also new to it, and he's a Stamsork. So Yellow Fever knows who our new players are, and so they went straight for Faustus. Because I mean that's what you do. You know, if there's a weak link and you can turn it into a 6v5, do it. I would have done the same thing, and I have done the same thing against Yellow Fever when I see new names on their roster. Those are always the first targets I call. It's ruthless, but it works. And this was an actual tournament, so no reason to take it easy.
Come on, Shoza.
You know,
Shoza's costume is
I
awesome, by the
accidentally
way.
used mine for healing. Get ready to ult DB on Shoza. 3, 2, 1, now.
You notice I threw down the
Stay
pile
on
on the
Somebody's
ground before.
DB's missed.
That's what that ground target is.
stay on. So,
Stay on him. Just keep the pressure on.
gotta stay on.
Get ready to DB.
Yo.
The best time to do a Dawnbreaker is right after your opponents do theirs. Because they're going to focus a target. And when they're focusing that target, it means all of their stamina DPS are in the same spot. So you'll notice like that time, I didn't even call it because I saw a chance for me to kill someone immediately. So rather than doing like a countdown, like a 3, 2, 1, I saw a chance to just drop someone on my own, and I took it. And it worked.
Reapply Vigor, guys. Reapply Caltrops. Caltrops down now. We're on Malakay Yellow or Yeaver. Get him.
Pack
Nice.
'em. Let's go.
HD War, HD War, HD War.
Yeah, this is a video code that I'm just
Replay
going over
Caltrops,
some
guys.
of
Get
the
ready for the
GvG videos. You guys, this is all recording. Like, I never stream the GvG stuff, and I never will. Just because it can get pretty toxic. These videos are stuff that I know are not toxic because I've edited all that stuff out. It's also not public. These are private videos because we've got rules in the GvG community that you're not allowed to upload videos of you beating another team because the expose thing is not what this is about. The GvG community is about improving together and getting better at fighting Zergs together. And we're all really good friends with each other because we've fought each other so many times. And it's just fun. It's like a dueling guild, but it's guilds fighting each other. And it's a different aspect of PvP that no other server does. PCNA is the only server that has a community for GvG like this. Presently, anyway. Although I think PCEU might be building one, which would be fucking awesome. But yeah, so we don't do a lot of like uploads of videos like this, and I definitely don't stream it because my guild can be pretty toxic, myself included. Myself probably more so than anyone else. But figure since the servers are down, this is a good time to by the way, I'm not sure if you missed my question before, but would it be possible for you to send your gears/skills for your snipe build to me in a message here on Twitch? Dude, I did that. I've already done that. But I will. Just message me, dude. Message me in Twitch,
HT War
and I'll
still?
send it to you again. I haven't changed it since the last time. The snipe itself is broken.
DB.
They ran right
Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
We got him through the
It's still in it.
remnants.
It's still in it. They want to fight until 2. They want to fight until 2. Stay in it. Replay Caltrops.
We don't kill everybody.
lightning
We just kill until it's like 6v3 or 5v2. We don't kill anyone. We want to leave someone on their team alive to res. It's not about the AP. It's about the fight. I'll link it later. It's funny.
Yeah, but stay Heidi's bounces. That's basically.
Yeah, stay on the outside. Let's go. Caltrops down.
Bro, what is up with this rotation to the left? Is that their thing?
That's the Zerg thing, man. That's the large scale guild thing.
It's not necessary.
Get on loud,
but
is
that
it?
is where they get it from. I was being a little bit shady there with that comment. Yellow Fever's not a ball group, nor do they try to be.
Oh, hold on. They changed up the direction. Oh, that rock. I got stuck on the rock. Guys,
So again, you'll notice I'm putting rending on everyone that I can, because again, we're just
Like
trying to make them
outcasts?
blow to purify the.
Get ready, guys. We're going to DV on them really soon.
No, they're gonna hit us first. Get out
We're
of
on
the
Louders then, guys. DVs in 3, 2, 1.
So you heard our Templar, the guy with the deep voice. He said they're going to hit us first, so he's anticipating their burst because he's a good Templar,
Now.
and he's remembrancing
Oh, we didn't kill them, though.
because he anticipated theirs, but
Replay
they
countouts,
anticipated
guys.
ours.
Guys, get on Sancho Paca. Replay Caltrops.
The reason they're moving around so much is because my group keeps putting caltrops down wherever they are, so they have to move out of the caltrops because it's too much damage for them to stand in. It's like basically a PvE build.
Caltrops.
But the downside of
help you with
caltrops is,
Sancho
yeah,
Paco.
it means they're going to get ultimate faster than we are because they're taking more damage and they're going to be able to build it.
Nice. Get ready to DB on Shoza. Get ready for their dump. Here comes their dump. Soon. Any second now. Oh, they didn't do it.
They're about to though, because they clumped us up.
Here it is. Like, we called it, and then Sarah was like, they're about to, and then they did. And you can see, like, we're going down. We're taking a lot of damage. Like, Sarah is down to, like, 25%. Rain is down to, like, 32%. Like, we all took damage because they clumped us up. But Sorrow, most importantly of all, is CC immune, which means he's not going to get stunned. If he got stunned right here, all it would take is one follow-up spin to win, and they would take out, like, half of our group. Half of our group.
Blue! Yes, sir. Do you trust that I do not want to see you die?
Because a resto would heal one person, but it only heals one target per second. And it only gives major protection to one target per second. Remembrance gives major protection and healing to every target per second. So even if, you know, the resto is popped, it would get on, like, probably Rain. Sorrow or Faustus would still get killed by the follow-up spin to ones that would happen a second later. But thankfully, Sorrow is CC immune because he's a good Magplar and he saw it coming. And so he's immediately going to... There's the remembrance right there.
Get ready to dump.
Rain's
Get ready to dump.
kiting it
Give
out.
3, 2, 1.
Got you,
Now.
Renee.
And there's our counter bomb. And we massacre them.
Total annihilation!
The reason why we beat them is because they dropped their buffs because they were trying to finish Rain off. You guys know, like, when you're dueling, how you get someone down to like 20% and you just start spamming that execute and you drop your buffs? That's exactly the same thing that happens in GvG. And because they dropped their buffs, we were able to dump on them and take out 3 other players with one really big hit.
Good game, good game, good game.
4 other people. And Yellow Fever's really
Holy
tanky too.
crap, that was a clutch save. Thank you.
Did anybody hit that gravity crest?
Alright, so Cluster's pretty good at kiting. Everyone else is at like 26.
So this is us against LOM in the last tournament.
They're running high HP builds. I feel kind of
Look at
HP
that.
deficient right
Holy
now.
shit.
Sally, that comment was for you. Look, I'm in 31.5 stam and 25k HP. It's usually the other way around. It's usually 25k stam, 30k HP. Because in GvG stuff, you don't want to build for damage necessarily. You want to build to be able to block, tank, like 4 different Dawnbreakers. OCT, has it really been almost 8 hours? Jesus. Oh well. I'm still wide awake. It's probably because I'm drinking Red Bull vodka.
Why only at 25? What's going
I don't
on?
know, dude. I don't know. It's weird. It really is. It's weird.
They have to be sacrificing something for that hit point.
I just want to point out that I'm about to mouse over my weapons.
They're
and
all
you
in
guys will
Fury.
see that I am running double infused. Before the patch went live. Because I was ahead of the meta.
Oh, my boy Cluster just sent me a good luck, brother.
Infused.
Like, oh, my heart.
There. And that's to get through healing word spam at the end. Cluster used to be in Scrubs
going with low
Anonymous.
HP. Let's just play
He
player.
was in
We'll just
LOM and
bottom
then he
up,
joined
you know, same
Scrubs
as usual.
Anonymous and then he went back to LOM.
Did,
We're really
did
good
they
friends
beat
with him.
LO?
There's
they
like
beat
no
Fever, did they?
animosity between us because of the roster changes.
I think so.
He's a cool dude. I think he's hosting me right now on Twitch. No skill at all. Every BG I would then before shutdown. At least 2 out of each team running for us. Yeah, it's a cheese build, dude. Cheese build for a cheese meta.
Alright, here we go.
Hopefully they'll fix
Let's
it.
see if they go left or right.
Are we kidding? They probably won't.
Oh, they're coming straight in. What? It's a new day. Oh, no, they went left. Alright, guys, on Pale Alert. Remember to get the dots down. Stack. Vigors, please.
Guys, I just want to point out, though, for the record, unbeknownst to me, at this time, my group's Magplar is in a DPS build, which is not what you want to have for your Magplar in a 6v6 GvG fucking tournament. A tournament. Magplar running a DPS build. But he was really drunk. And yeah, so let's see how it goes.
Yo, oh, they want the sorrow. Okay.
That was the Magplar that said that. That was the Magplar that said that. Who's running a DPS build, not a defensive build. Let's see what happens next.
Bro,
Oh, he's on a...
Nice there, yeah.
Get ready, they're gonna bomb on Sorrow. Nice.
good, bro.
Pale was actually really smart there. Pale did a leap because he knows that the leap is the most visible ultimate. So I assumed, and I think Sorrow assumed too, that that was their entire ult dump, but it wasn't. You'll notice that they didn't really use any Dawnbreakers. Pale Orc did that just to juke us out and bait out the remembrance that our Magplar did, and that I would have wanted him to do anyway because I thought they were all ult dumping. But Pale Orc juked us. He juked us, and let's see what happens next.
Get ready to get Osgood Ward's shit. I think that's going to be our next target. Get on Osgood, guys. Ready to DB on him? 3, 2, 1, now. Help.
So I didn't realize that they had ult because I thought they'd already done it. And because Pale Orc faked me out and juked me out with what was a really good play on his part, we just lost our fucking Magplar, which is the worst possible character to lose in a GvG. Sith and Magplar GvG OP. Oh yeah, that's why it's the only character. Magplar and Stamina Warden are the two things you're only allowed to run one of per team. Everything else you can double up on. But Magplar and Stamina Warden. Stamina Warden because stacking shocks is too strong. You can kill too many people too easily in between ult dumps, which is super unbalanced. But Magplar because if you run two Magplars, the match literally never ends.
God damn it.
Alright, I just gotta start saying I need to play. I got it.
And again, our Magplar was in a DPS build right there. But I didn't know it at the time. I was frustrated.
Alright guys, everyone with me on Osgood, okay? And we need a purify on the ground, please. Guys, get ready to get Osgood. 3, 2, 1, now.
Bro. And they counterbombed us right after we did our bomb, which is the best time to do it. LOM played this match really well.
Play caltrops.
And I am not running shrooms on my Stamina Warden in this match, and that's something that I regret looking back.
Stack bigger, guys. Stack bigger. Stay on Osgood.
That Spinal Surge is
Osgood
OP.
Ward shit is the
They
warden,
nerfed
okay?
everything that we
I don't
used.
have stamina.
Not a lot of people
DB's on
realized
Osgood. He's
it,
almost
but
down. Oh my god, get him, please.
I was so upset that we didn't drop him there.
Oh my god.
If we had, we could have
We were there.
I get angry
Almost had
sometimes. I'm
3.
sorry, guys.
Replay caltrops. Stay on Osgood. Replay caltrops.
Because we don't have a healer, so yeah, they're destroying
Bosses
us.
is down.
LOM, their 6-man is not a group you ever want to underestimate. Everyone
game.
assumes that because they're a ball group that they're not a good small-scale guild, but they are a good small-scale guild because they have put more practice in than any other small-scale guild out there, including Scrubs Anonymous, including
Osgood is the
Animosity,
first target.
including
He's on the
Agrestia.
outside.
LOM has the highest attendance rate
Let's
for the
go.
GvG scrims of any guild, by far.
Osgood's in the middle.
Alright, they found me.
We're on
Okay.
Osgood because he's their Stamina Warden, which means he's their armor
Guys,
debuff.
make sure to stack figures and all that.
Armor debuff, again, very strong in GvG.
Moving on range.
And I do not have
Get ready,
my
here it
Glacier
comes.
Ice Fortress up.
Guys, Osgood. I need help with Osgood, okay?
Okay, they use the rest of ult. That's their remembrance.
Get ready. I need a purify on the ground, please. We don't have a purify on the ground. Guys,
You also always want to have Blade Cloak up. Now Shuffle would be fine too, but you need the AoE damage protection because all of the big burst damage, the leap, the Dawnbreaker, etc., is AoE. Like by keeping Blade Cloak up, you're basically taking out an entire player on the other team. If you've got 4 people doing a Dawnbreaker on them and you're mitigating 25% of the damage, it's the same as having 3 people do a Dawnbreaker on you. You're literally mitigating an entire player's worth of ult dumping with Blade Cloak being up.
get ready with Ozil. Get ready with Ozil.
Shuffle. Streamer Deep Take in Siege
Tom,
tournaments. I
there's
don't know
Onsaro,
what that is.
Matriz on Saro.
Sounds fun though.
Oz goes off to the side.
No stam, nothing to break free out of this room.
Because he's off to the side, that means that when his teammates cast Vigor on each other, it means he's not getting Vigor, which is what makes him an attractive target. He's going to have less healing over time on him than his teammates. Playing off to the side is okay for a Stamina Warden because they have so much innate healing anyway. And you'll notice me pretty far out to the side too in most of my GvG stuff. Ozgul, also Stamina Warden in this case, so it's okay. But it does make him a very attractive burst target. Ozgul's slippery though, man. He's hard to lock down. He's a good player.
So I'm gonna sit in it.
Well, that's why you go Vamp. That's the... Guys, we need stuff on Saro. Saro needs a Purify. Guys, get on Ozgul, please. DB on Ozgul, 3, 2, 1 now. The Ozgul's down. Good, 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 good. Heal up on Saro.
Ozgul was trying to get the final kill on our Magplar, which is why we were able to drop him. He went in for the execute and dropped his buffs, which is why we were able to get him.
Next target is Cav J. Get Cav J, okay?
I love the GvG. Sit there, man.
Reapply
Do
kill
it.
traps.
I think Rain actually just
Stay
put
on Cav
together
J. Let me know when we
a
evolve.
small
DB's
scale
on them in
guild.
3. You guys evolve?
And
No,
he's
we
got
don't.
the GvG
No.
experience.
That's
I mean,
fine,
he's
that's fine.
in this video. Right
Stay on
here,
Cav J.
Talk to him about it, man.
Guys, make sure to give Saro.
And if any of you are interested in GvG, make a Magplar. Every GvG group that's out there cannot run unless they have a Magplar because it's that important. Every other class can be pug filled pretty easily. It's easy to find stamina DPS, hard to find good ones, but easy to pug someone in and kind of like teach them on the go if it's just like one person. But a Magplar that doesn't know how to handle GvG is like going up to a soccer match without having a goalie. Like, it's not going to go well at all. And so if you ever do want to get into GvG, make a Magplar. And here's a hint. Your build, Bloodspawn, so you can get to Remembrances faster, Impregnable Armor, and either Wizard's Riposte or Transmutation. What alliance is Rain running his group on? Sid, I honestly don't know. I just found out about it earlier today. I think it's called like Regicide or something like that. Heartland also pretty strong. Like, we've had some success running Transmutation, Heartland, and Bloodspawn. That way you're getting extra AoE damage reduction for the person, the extra M-Pin from the Transmutation, and Bloodspawn obviously is just super clutch. And definitely make it Magplar, and definitely make it Sword and Board and Resto Ult. And you want Breath of Life on your Sword and Board bar so you can hold down your block button and spam Breath of Life at the same time. Magplar is the healer, yes sir. It's the most important, and also honestly, for GvG stuff, it's the hardest class to play. Because it's basically, if you're the Magplar, it's you against the other 5 DPS on the other team. Like, you have to anticipate all 5 of them. There's a lot you got to do. You got to watch the whole fight. You got to be really aware.
He needs a resto. He needs a resto. He needs a resto.
I'm good. Don't use it. Don't use it, Rack.
Guys, Cav J, get ready.
He was not good. He needed that resto.
Make sure he's dotted up. DB's on Cav J in 3, 2, 1 now. DB's. Get pale. Get pale. Finish pale.
Oh my beef boy.
Cupsy has the best expressions.
Dot him up. Claster. Get Claster.
Claster's really good.
Claster's
Look at
squishy.
Claster. He's squishy, but look at his moving patterns. He's like basically using his teammates to LOS. That's called body blocking, and his teammates are stepping in front of him.
Guys, get
Because if we
Claster.
can't target him, we won't be able
DB's
to.
on Claster in 3,
Like, we won't be able to do any damage to
2,
him. Look at how he's
1,
moving.
now.
Thankfully, we were able to get him. But that's one of the things that made Adrestia so
Good job,
good.
guys.
Is it was so hard to lock him down.
Caltrops down.
So it's 1-1. The tournaments are best of 3. So right now, this was the last major tournament. It's 1 for LOM and 1 for us, and this is the fight for second place because Animosity won this tournament pretty handily. So this is the battle for second place. Sithin, thank you for the follow, my friend.
Oh god, they're on me. They're on me. I need heals bad.
So look at all the damage. Whoops, hold on. So I've got a Defile. So look at all these status effects.
Oh god, they're on me.
And then
They're
when
on
they
me.
do their DB, you can see the Petrify, you can see all the shit, the bleeds, the rending, Power of the Light. Power of the Light will make you pop. More than anything else, you need a Purify because of this. So like I'm at 21% HP. Just all these dots alone, if I don't have a Purify on the ground, all these dots alone are gonna kill me. Because they ult dump on me pretty hard. Actually, no, this wasn't even an ult dump. This was just them doing regular damage. They're all focusing me.
I need heals.
And there is the Purify. I'm at 9% HP. They almost had me. But thank God I had that Purify on the ground.
Bad.
I'm getting spam healed now, but because I am defiled, that spam heal only brought me from like 9% to 24%, and the dots are still about to tick. It hasn't been a full tick yet on this. This is about to tick. This is about to tick in half a second. So I have to Purify. That's one tick, and I'm down at 4%. I have this much HP. One spin to win, and I'm dead. One spin to win, and I'm dead, and I'm still defiled. But because I hit the Purify, everything's gone. All the dots are gone. The armor debuff, most importantly of all, is gone, which means the spin to wins aren't going to hit me that hard. I'm at 22% HP, but I'm going to heal back up very quickly now because the dots are gone, the defile is gone, the armor debuff's gone. Because that Purify was on the ground, and the person that put it on the ground, they didn't need to Purify for themselves. I'm the only person that's taken damage so far in this GvG. The only person that's taken damage. But because my teammates know how to do it, like because they know how it works, they put the Purify on the ground knowing that I would need it because it's a team.
Good Purify.
And I'm right back up to full.
Jesus Christ.
Great burst from LOM right there. That was without any ultimates either. Also interesting to note, because they were focusing me, look, I've got like 180 ultimate or 150 something. The rest of my team still hasn't gotten the full ultimate yet. Only Rack has Resto ult so far.
Being attacked in the back.
They're dumping
on Sorrow. They're dumping on Sorrow.
I rolled out of it.
You can't dodge roll in lane for a Dawnbreaker.
Look, so they're still focusing our Magplar
Guys, get ready
really
to
hard.
dump on Ozgul. And the 3, 2, 1 now.
We got one of them.
Alright, we got one.
There's the Caltrops and the Defile.
Like Caltrops.
The great thing about the Warden Defile is that it's AoE, so even if they purify it, if they're still inside of the area, they're still defiled, which helps out a ton.
Guys, make sure you buff up. Watch for the counter bomb. They're on Faustus. They're on Faustus.
Staying well.
Replay Caltrops. We're on Claster over off to the side.
Look how hard it is for me to like, target him and hit him.
Fuck!
I was trying to put my trees up, but because I got caught in the same Dawnbreaker that killed Sorrow, that stunned me, which prevented me from putting the heal on him. That's what I was saying earlier, how you don't want to have your healer and your DPS get hit by the same stun, because then that means you can't heal each other or peel off of each other. And so we just lost our Magplar, but they've lost Pale Orc and I think another one of their DPS. I think they've just lost Pale Orc, so it's 5-5.
Guys, get ready to dump. 3, 2, 1, now.
There's the Remembrance, but we got someone through the Remembrance.
Replay Caltrops.
So even though Sorrow is dead.
Okay, actually, Ozgul. Get Ozgul. Get Ozgul.
Because we're putting so much pressure on their damage is not able to put a lot of pressure on us. But I'm having to use my trees to keep everyone alive. because they still have their Magplar. So this is still anyone's match.
I think Blaster's out of magic.
That was a very smart call that Rain just made. Watching enemy resources and trying to guess that based on how they react to certain situations, very important. Like, realizing that someone's out of stam means that if you hit them with a stun, they're not going to be able to break free, which is going to mean they're basically a free kill. You run out of stamina in GvG, you're dead, especially if the other team knows it and they can focus you, because you can't block.
Get Ozgul.
Dr. Thogard giving lectures again. Just going over some GvG stuff since the servers are down. I never streamed the GvG tournaments, but I kind of wanted to give you guys like some exposure to it. Because the more people that we get in the community, the better. So I'm just trying to hype up.
Stay on him again. He's going down. Get running up on him.
He rushed it.
Stay on him. Reapply caltrops. Watch for the dump. Watch for the dump.
Blaster's is dead.
We've got him at this point. Yeah, they're pulling off. I'm being a dick.
Where did we get him?
Try to kill him.
Oh yeah, he.
Yeah, Blaster died to the side when we went for Ozgul.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh my god. I'm a douchebag sometimes. I'm sorry, guys. You need to stream talk about GvGs more often.
Resme or bag? You can pick one.
So I just want to point out that I'm teabagging my own Magplar. I'm not teabagging the enemy team. I'm teabagging my teammate. Because I do teabags out of love.
You can pick one.
Why not both?
I get knocked down. He's like, why not?
Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's see how this works.
I really like small scale
This may not work,
analysis.
but
I love more of that in general.
Not confidence inspiring, dude.
So this is when our Magplar is like, okay, I'm going to switch my builds. And I'm just like, wait, what? And he was like, don't worry, it'll be good. And I'm like, not confidence inspiring. I don't know how I feel about this. But I find out after the fact that he's going back into his regular build because he died twice. Your Magplar should be the hardest person to kill. But he died twice, and I didn't know that he was in a damage build. I thought he was in his regular GvG build, which in this case is Blood Spawn, Impregnable Armor, and Transmutation. Impreg and Sturdy Traits, so he can permabot. I thought that's what he was wearing. Apparently he was in a DPS build. But now he's switching it back. But he didn't tell me he was switching to his regular build, because I didn't know that he wasn't in his regular build. So what he's saying is he's swapping his build up, and I'm like, wait, what? No, wait, what? Don't swap. What? And so I'm like, I'm freaking out. But he's going into like his usual build, and so it actually ends up being a lot better. He's a lot harder to kill here.
Not confidence inspiring, dude.
No,
not confidence inspiring.
Good, we're good.
Oh,
He's
guys,
like,
get on
don't worry
Blaster.
about
He's overextended. Get on class.
Overextended means you're so far away from your team that you're out of heal range. So if you can kill someone who's out of range of their healer, it's ideal to do that. Cluster, though, is so fast and so good at making himself hard to target that we didn't stand a chance of bringing him down in that split second.
You see this?
Oh, he's
man?
moved back. Never mind. Ignore him.
And my blade cloak is down, which is a problem.
Again? Already? So fast?
Bro, I've been getting hit. I can't get out. He's
Get out.
Like,
Good.
So our Magplar is not a vamp, and we yell at him all the time. We're like, dude, you need to be a vamp so you can go to Mistform to break CC. And he's like, no, man, I'm not a vamp. So it's an ongoing conversation. We love him anyway, though. He's our boy.
okay.
You ready for their dump?
Ice wall. Or
Guys, first, look for Ozgul. Look for Ozgul. Boss this, actually, hold on. Let's stay on Cluster for now.
So that was my defile. I'm trying to put down caltrops in the defile.
Let's stay on Cluster. DB's on Cluster. Hold on.
Give me something.
DB's 3, 2, 1, now.
And
I fucked that up because I didn't have my plot down.
Guys, stack Vigors, please. Cluster's actually looking pretty low.
I'm getting myopic. I should have picked another target because Cluster's getting healed. And I know Cluster. He's really hard to bring down when he wants
Here
to
it comes.
Orbs out in the middle. He's making you.
Some people are just
comes.
really good at being hard to kill.
Create a DB in the middle if you have it, guys. There's their DB. DB's in the middle. 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, is that the remembrance? Fuck. I didn't even
So
see
they had
it.
the remembrance going. So It was a bad call on my part. I should have seen it. What was he in? I still don't know. I didn't even know that he was in a damage set. Fortunately, funny story. So Pale Orc was streaming this whole thing. So Pale Orc is the GM of the group we're fighting. We're all in the same Discord, but we're in different channels. And so as soon as the match was over, Sorrow, our Magplar, goes into the LOM channel, and he doesn't know that Pale Orc's streaming, and he's like, hey guys, we had some good fights. Don't tell Thogard this, because he'll be mad, but I was in a DPS set early on. And Cluster was like, I knew it. I knew you were in a DPS set, because you're usually so much harder to kill. But I was watching Pale Orc stream at the time, because the tournament had just ended, and he was talking to a bunch of people, and I was trying to duel him, and I was also trying to shoot him with Siege, because we shoot each other with Siege at the end of the GvG stuff. So because I was watching Pale Orc's stream, when Sorrow jumped into his Discord channel to tell Pale that he was running a DPS set in the beginning, that's how I found out. Because up until now, I was just like, oh man, Sorrow's like drunk or something. That's why he's dying. But I found out the truth. I walked in on him and Pale.
So close to getting plastered, just like in the middle. Chase him, get him.
Bro, is he running around the tree, bro? Is that LOS?
That's fine, it's not against the
I
rules.
gave him shit for that. It is against the rules.
Bro, I'm just gonna run behind trees now. Is that what we're doing?
Don't worry about it.
Stamina.
This was just like a
Watch
fun
out,
match.
they're on him.
Oh, they got rain. I forgot they got rain. So we haven't killed anyone yet. So did you notice what Rain called out before he died? It's like the same thing that kills everybody. Unless you're fighting Animosity and they ult dump you before your Templar has ultimate. But it's like the one thing that kills people. It's like the most important thing.
Don't worry about it.
That's Rain. He's out of stamina. He eats the Petrify. He's stunned for the full duration. He's dead. He's a dead man. There's nothing anyone on our team can do about it. You run out of stamina, you eat a 3-second stun. That means you cannot block, cannot dodge roll, cannot mitigate, cannot purify, cannot do anything. He's dead. As soon as he runs out of stamina, he's dead.
Watch out, they're on him.
The reason I did my Dawnbreaker there was to try to stun them, to space out their DBs. I was trying to stun them off of him to give our healer more time to heal, trying to like interrupt or disperse their ultimate dumps. But LOM's good, and they use their immovable pots right before they do their dump. They're really good about that. So my strategy didn't work at all, and Rain died. Now they're on me, but our remembrance is going.
Alright guys, let's get on Ozco.
God, dude, watching this makes me miss Dizzy Swing so much. I really hope they fix it.
Button ready, dude. I'm getting locked. Here we go.
So that's our Magplar telling our Healthplar, the Blazing Shield, Ragnarok the Rambunctious. When he says get your button ready, what he means is resto ult. What Sorrow is basically saying is that he's also stand locked. And while Ragnarok can't run Remembrance because that would be against the rules, Ragnarok can run resto ult, which will only heal like one person per second, but it's enough to keep Sorrow alive until Sorrow gets his Remembrance ready, which can then keep the whole group alive. So that's what Sorrow's asking for when he's saying, Rack, get your button ready.
I don't have it yet.
DB's,
And Rack's saying he doesn't have it yet.
DB's on Sorrow. 3, 2, 1, now.
So what I do is I call for a dump on Sorrow because I know that LOM's focusing him. And by putting a lot of pressure on their damage, what I'm trying to do is force them to go defensive rather than trying to finish off our Magplar. And I believe it worked. Let's find out. It did work.
Stay on him again. Here's like caltrops.
Attacking him again was a terrible call on my part, by the way. He's
Rack. Never mind, I'm good. Actually, I'm good.
DB's in the middle in 3, 2, 1, now.
hit the wrong button there. I should have had a spin there, but because my spin and my Glacier are on the same button on different quick bars, I actually hit Glacier instead. Otherwise, I think one of these guys would have dropped.
Oh, not even close. My phone shield.
It was really close.
Guys, Vigor, and let's get on Blaster. They're on Sara still.
So my buffs are down.
Willing to
I
pay
need,
my
I need to
focus
purify
down
on the ground.
and my
Guys, get ready to DB.
So notice I said I need to purify on the ground. There's the purify. But I'm not hitting it. I'm saving it. Even though I'm defiled, I'm saving the purify for when I get focused. That's a super important thing to do. And a lot of people that are new to GvG, as soon as they see the synergy, like, oh, I'm defiled. Oh, I better blow my purify. No, you don't blow the purify to get the defile off because you're just going to get redefiled. It's 6v6. You use the purify to save you when you're getting focused. And if you guys take one thing away from this for like GvG strategy, that's like the single most important thing to keep in mind. Do a lot of people use Dizzy Swing in GvG? It depends, man. Like, honestly, I'm in a small scale build, not a GvG build. For GvG, I would usually run a lot more HP. But we usually have one person running Dizzy Swing, and that's the target caller. You do not want other people running Dizzy Swing because you don't want to be giving CC immunity around to people. You can't burst someone that's CC immune because then they're just going to block it. What we do is we use Rune Cage. At least we used to. It doesn't work anymore. They nerfed it. That was one of the secrets that we kept to ourselves. We use Rune Cage on targets because it had that delay before you could break free. So we would Rune Cage and then DBOS, the Rune Cage target.
Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it.
I called hold it because I saw their healer running Remembrance. Like he popped, you could see the things kind of shooting out from him. So I was getting ready to do an ult dump. We all have ultimate. This add-on, these bars up here track all the Dawnbreakers on my team. But you don't want to do a Dawnbreaker while they've got their Remembrance going.
Alright guys, Caltrops on the ground. Real play Caltrops down Sorrow. DB's in 3, 2, 1, now.
So they blew their Remembrance already. So they're not going to have a Remembrance to cover them here. They're going really hard for Sorrow. They're stacked on them. So this, I believe, is how we got them. Because we were able to make them blow their Remembrance early, even if they pop a Resto ult, it's not going to heal all of them. It's only going to heal one of them per second. So even if we don't get all of them and they Resto, we should get one of them.
Oh, kill.
Oh my god.
Him again.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Get on Cavs.
You got TVs here?
Almost.
There's our Remembrance.
Dot him up, guys. Dot him up.
Not sure why we were doing it. We kind of looked away though to switch
right
back.
here.
TV's in 3, 2, 1, now.
Or
So you'll notice before every Dawnbreaker I throw down the AoE Defile, and then I put it down afterwards too. That skill also really lags sometimes, and when I stream, it's
I think they still want to
so
keep
much
going.
less reliable.
Or
We've got him again, and
Well, I always like to think of it. Oh, no, they're still going. They're still going. Alright, stay on them.
one of them ran away.
because we've got Cav J, him again, and I think Cluster down too. This is a really interesting analysis. I don't really know that much about PvP in general. All I do is trials. Yeah, I mean, the GvG stuff is a lot like dueling, but a lot more advanced because you have to like work together too. It's really fun though. I like it a lot.
They get surprised.
Okay.
I should
And so we're leaving them alive so that they can res. But I'm pretty sure that was the last one.
shouldn't have said anything about you not dying, right?
I jinxed it before that fight. I was like, we haven't had anyone die. Or no, we hadn't had Rain die. Rain hadn't died all night, even though this was his first time playing with us. And so I was like, dude, way to go, Rain. You haven't died. And then of course he dies that fight.
Not have said anything.
Jinxed
I'm
it.
sorry, I jinxed it. You're right.
Sorry about that though. Like I just asked stamina.
But you know the great thing though, dude? Like the best ones of these to watch are the ones with comebacks. And we had
And that was a
two good
comeback. They
comebacks
dropped-
because they drew
dropped
first
Rain.
blood twice.
3 times actually. It's always good fights with LOM. Like I love fighting those guys so much. Let me see if I can find an Adrestia fight. Some of these are pretty toxic. I have to be careful. Like this one I can never show you guys. We've theory crafted a lot of different ways to try to fight the ball groups. But a lot of it's in a lot of frustration because a lot of the things we've tried hasn't worked out. Is this addressed? Yeah. Let me see. I want to show those fights because addressed is really good.
So low. He just popped remembrance.
Slicer. Alright, yeah, this is it. But that's halfway through. Let's see. Which one did I click on? I think I clicked on this one. 1847.
So low.
So I think it's this one.
Make sure food's up, by the way, guys.
Yeah, just reapplied new food.
Which one's this? Oh, this is 60 FPS. Nice. I don't think you guys can see this in 60 FPS. This is probably the same for you guys as the last one, but for me... Wait a second, this isn't right. Guess not. So this was the tournament before last. So we fought LOM at the very first match of the tournament. This was back when Weiser was with Scrubs Anonymous before he joined Animosity.
Bossy Rossi's low. Got it.
This was back when LOM had Bossy Rossi on Stamina Warden before Ozgul took over that slot. Bossy Rossi is an amazing Magplar, but Ozgul I think is a better Stamina Warden. Because Ozgul plays on the outside, which I think is a better spot for the Stamina Warden to play because of the conal heal. It's just so hard to get into PvP because there's so many people out there that just casually walk over you.
We're pushing
little learning curve. Dude, like the first 3 years this game was out, I was just so intimidated by the PvP. You don't need gold equipment though. You need gold weapons. That's it. Like on my Stamina Nightblade that I was PvPing with all day today, the only gold items are the weapons. Purple armor is fine, but there's like a lot of little things. Like I think more than anything else, positioning is like the hardest thing for new people to learn. Like people spend so much time looking at their skill bars and looking at their own character, they don't really notice. Like, you know, I look here, I'm like, all right, so this is the fight, but then there's this dude over there, this person's over here, this person's at like 6% health, so I'm like worried about that. Who's on that person? Are they on my team, on the other team? Like a lot of little things you gotta watch. Is it possible to have Magplar DPS GvG? Well, the problem is the rules, man, because like you really can't have two Magplars because then you have two Breath of Lives, and it's like, where do you draw the line between a Magplar DPS and a Magplar healer? So we generally don't run one because you can't run two dedicated healers, and it's too easy for a Magplar DPS to just go into spamming Breath of Life, you know, and then you have a situation. It's like we didn't used to have that rule. It's a relatively new rule. We used to have no class restrictions, and then you get like the 15-minute long fights. I'll show you guys one of those if you guys want. That was actually Mubs. That was with Fingrush when Fingrush was playing with LOM. He was on his Dragon Disruptor build. LOM ran two Magplars and Fingrush on the Stamina Sork Disruptor build, and then 3 Stamina Wardens, and that fight lasted 15 minutes until Bossy Rossi hit like an Australian lag spike and we were able to drop him. Okay, yeah, alright, that's a little bit of toxicity. Because we were salty because some other stuff that happens. Let's see.
DB's 3, 2, 1 now.
I don't have it. I'm spamming them. They're good. You guys are good.
We got him. Fuck. Alright. Heal up. We're good to go.
Weiser, just like when I'm not leading the group, I tend to backseat drive over as leading the group. When Leicer's not on Magplar, he absolutely backseat drives whoever's playing Magplar. And you can kind of tell that Sara is getting frustrated. Leicer's the guy's like, remember, and he was like, I'm doing it.
What are we ulting?
Yeah.
We're gonna ult the clump.
Oh, this isn't a tournament. This is a scrimmage, actually.
Let me know.
Wait, no.
Actually, we are ready. Alright, let's get him first, okay? 3, 2, 1, now. On Paler.
They hit us first, actually.
I got
Keep
it.
pushing. Damage. Bossy Rossi.
Remember, I got it.
Look, Bossy Rossi's
I love
low.
that shit.
their remembrance.
ETW, there's something with your mic if you weren't aware. I wasn't aware. What's going on?
They're on Cero.
It's probably picking up the sound because
Cero's
they're
taking
like
heavy damage.
3 inches apart.
Alright guys, we're gonna DB the clump.
Also,
We're not
I'm
ready
like
yet.
pointing my mouth away from the microphone. I probably should not do that. I should probably look at the microphone. That'll probably make it a little bit easier to hear.
Watch out there.
I just have to like leaning forward like this because I have
Here
my
comes-
chat over here, but I
Or
need
not.
to
Yeah, here it is.
not do that.
Nice,
I got it.
nice.
Oh, it's safe. They're still on me.
That was
Ready
a
to
flush
counter bomb, counter bomb.
remembrance.
3, 2, 1, now.
Finish kills.
Yeah, I think this was just a scrimmage. I don't think this was a tournament. Devi Chaos is now in the van. Thank you for follow, dude.
If you need 'em.
Guys, by the way, if the servers go back up, please tell me.
Killer.
Watch out. They're about ready to bomb.
I got it.
Yeah, good job.
We're gonna bomb in 3, 2, 1, now.
Yeah, they can't handle those fast.
Okay. So I think this is scrims. July 18th. When was the... I don't want to show the scrims because I haven't like filtered out the audio on this yet. And so this was August 28th. This is it. Okay, yeah, I was wearing the sweatband. I was getting sweaty. It's better now. Had some like static background sounds when you were talking. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, it's like feedback because this is only like an inch, 2 inches apart. I want to show you guys the Adrestia fight because that was probably the closest fight we had. We won one, they won one. And it was an interesting tournament because
That's
no team was undefeated. Every team lost to another team.
People are like,
And this is the team we lost to.
so, thank you, man.
Oh,
Lollies
yeah.
are on their first ever GvG scrim.
Hey guys, food check. Food check.
Oh god, I can't show that. We get so fucking toxic there. We are screaming at the end of that one. Hold on. 'Cause we're not used to losing, especially not to ball groups. But we absolutely got beat by a ball group. Animosity beat them. Adrestia beat Animosity, and then we beat Adrestia. So there were 4 teams tied for first place with 1 loss each.
That's
Animosity usually doesn't lose. They're usually the top.
People are
But
like,
they had a few people
have
plugged in.
contributed to this event, so.
Is it this one? Where's the Adrestia fights? Oh shit,
That's
no,
fine.
this is me being super salty. Is this it?
Alright, we're gonna fight Adrestria, guys. We're gonna fight
Yeah,
Adrestria.
this is it.
I thought we were fighting these kids.
Yeah, they had someone DC and he's having
I
to
can't
reset.
show it. Like
So I figure we'll fight Adrestria.
I would get
now.
banned
This will
from
be our
Twitch if
toughest
I
fight.
showed it. It's really not
Ooh,
happy
let's
because
go.
we did not expect to lose that fight. We went
Yeah,
in thinking like,
66.
oh, this is a large scale guild. Oh, they're running mag decays.
Hell.
And this, we absolutely
Yeah, it
were
is.
believers in the stamina meta. They're like, oh, they've got mag decays and light armor. Oh, we're gonna roll over them. Because Animosity beat them. But then Adrestia beat Animosity, and then we beat Adrestia. So we were like, oh, we're gonna stomp them, and they fucking packed us up.
Alright, I'm trying to think, should I put on a gap
Because
closer
our
or not?
builds are kind of like designed to counter stam-based builds.
These guys are
Of
good.
all the small scale groups, each one tends to have its playstyle. LOM stacks weapon damage. They're probably a moderately speed group. Animosity is like they'll run in, they'll hit you, then they'll run out, then they'll run in, hit you, then they'll run out. Adrestia is probably the fastest group because Adrestia doesn't have a second mag character. Animosity has a Magplar and a Mag Decay. LOM has a Magplar, a Mag Decay, and a Health Warden. We run a Magplar and a Health Templar, and sometimes a Mag Decay, but not today. But Adrestia runs 5 stamina DPS. So they absolutely do the most damage. Back home in bed again. Kotek, I'll PM it to you as soon as I finish the stream, man. But really, it's 5-piece Hunting, 5-piece Swamp Raider, 1-piece Krog, 1-piece Molekina. It's really that simple.
Just remember, if you see a Nova, call it out. and Saber.
I had a conspiracy theory going into this. I didn't know this ahead of time, but I was willing to bet that one of the groups we were going to fight. This was right after Somerset launched, and right when Synergy, the Harmony trait, was a thing. So I was like really worried that Adrestia was going to do a Synergy bomb on us. And I was right.
Are you nervous?
I am nervous, dude. These guys have beaten us before.
Is that nervous?
This was our closest fight because the animosity for this tournament, animosity was also on EP.
Yeah.
So in my mind, going into this match,
These
this
guys
was our
do
toughest
big
fight,
single target damage. These guys do big single target damage.
and they don't play
So
anymore.
spend
It's such a
more
shame.
time on my shield bar than
This is Drexel's guild. All of these guys. What's interesting about this matchup right here? If we were to take Toph out of Scrubs Anonymous, which we never will, he's like the dude. But if Toph were not in this guild, then Adrestia's worst dueler would be better than Scrubs Anonymous's best dueler. Because all of these guys are dedicated duelers. Scrubs Anonymous is predominantly BG players. Like me and Daros, Delph, which is Furious Fred. Oh shit, he is on his Mag Decay. But we're BG players. Adrestia is predominantly duelers. And they would pack us up 1v1. But I'm like, I'm worried because these guys got good so fast.
Who should we target first?
Alright, well let's get to somewhere good to GvG first, because
Yeah,
where are
right
we
now,
gonna go?
it's really
Backwards down
not.
this fucking
Yeah.
hill into this dump? Yeah, not here.
I love Fred. What are you running on Nightblade when you're not using class
All
abilities?
these freaking stumps.
We'll just fight right here.
Frick, oh.
Why would I not use class abilities? I feel like Nightblade's got the best class abilities of any of the
What's
classes.
their strat?
But this is a
They
video.
are
So he was asking me about a Nightblade build. Servers are down
Do they
right
have a
now though,
Nightblade?
so this is actually a video.
Their strat is super
I'm
mobile,
showing
so-
Yeah, they're
video
really
from one of the
mobile. They're hard to-
GvG
they're hard to
tournaments
lock
on
down.
PCNA.
But we'll see how
They've
how
got
that
two
works.
Daminosaurs.
I'm
Who?
really gonna be on stay alive and spam my talons and fossilize. Look for fossilize.
Oh, this isn't a Nightblade. This is a stamina ward. I've always wondered why Ragnarok is in GvGs. Dude, Mubs, let me show you something. Ragnarok, even though he's not allowed to guard, Ragnarok does more damage than anyone else in our group. He parses much better. The extra Purify is super clutch. He's in Durox and Phasalas, so the minor defile from Phasalas allows us to kill people through Remembrance sometimes. But most of all, let me see. He's got Vamp Drain. Why am I not able to? Hold on, I want to find Shoza. Because Shoza is the GM of Yellow Fever. So we were like talking. He's like saying really nice things about us. He's like, Scrubs is the team that we have more difficulties to play against. Even Animosity, sometimes we win a few rounds against Scrubs. We never won a run round. I was thinking of using your team as a base to start improving my team. Animosity is a better team than us, I think. They beat us, but our group composition is better for fighting Shoza's group composition. Shoza tends to build tankier, and so we can, go through that because we run into minor defile. He put all this into Google Translate. I love Shoza. He's so cool. He also, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a picture of him. Shoza is the combination of Krotha and Fingrush. If Krotha and Fingrush had a baby, it would look exactly like Shoza. But, yeah, so Rack absolutely messes their group up. And the reason why he messes their group up is because when we run Rack, what that means is that no other group can stack Caltrops against us. Because if they stack Caltrops on us, Mubs, Rack is going to take all that damage and throw it right back at him with Blazing Shield. And he's going to be popping them for like 8k every 2 seconds with Blazing Shield, because it does a shit ton of damage if he's able to take damage. But we stack Caltrops against them just fine because they don't have any way to reflect that damage back at us. So we are basically in an area denial build. Like, you'll notice that against almost all of our opponents, we're kind of in the middle. We'll throw down our stuff, and then they'll kind of move out, and then we kind of keep pushing on them. So it'll be like, we move in on them, they run away, we move in, they run away, we move in, they run away, etc. And the reason why we're able to do that, rather than them pushing back in on us, is because of Rack. And the reason why we lost to Lollyzerg is because we tried to do an area denial build against a group with 2 mag DKs stacking synergies, and they absolutely out area denialed us, and we got absolutely stomped by them. Even though Animosity and Adrestia probably would have beaten them because those guys are used to being on the outside, running in, hitting, and then running back out. But watch this fight. You can kind of get a sense of like us being in the middle and them being on the outside.
Who? I don't see a Ruben. Oh, Ruben Owen. He's a stamp sword dude.
But Rek also will vamp drain the enemy healer.
Too slow for me, bro.
So when we're about to do our ult
They're
dumps,
running 2 stamp
we'll have
swords,
Rek
Stamden,
vamp drain the enemy Magplar,
Stamplar,
which will
Stamp
delay
DK, and a
that
Magplar. So
Magplar
it's
from
just
popping
5 stamp
Remembrance
DPS, and they're
to
all good
undo the
stamp DPS
damage
too.
that we're doing to their DPS. We always ult dump enemy DPS. If you ult dump a healer, that healer is still a healer. But if you ult dump an enemy DPS, that guy's not going to be doing damage while you're ult dumping him. He's going to be going full defensive. So when you're focusing other teams' damage, you're really taking that damage out of the fight. But if you focus a healer, that healer is still a healer. He's still doing exactly the same thing he would have otherwise been
just
doing.
apply dots to everybody. Be aggressive with the DBs.
So we have Rack kind of filling like all the utility roles.
They're hard to pin down.
Do you have a replay versus Magicka base group including a top mag lord and mag? Yeah, I can. I have to be really careful though, because we lost. And during one of those fights, like it was more of like an exhibition match because they had beaten us and we like wanted to keep fighting them for practice.
That's
And,
Nova. Watch out for their Nova. Watch out for their Nova.
One of the other groups, because the GvG tournament's over, there's like this massive Zerg v Zerg thing that happens at the end of every GvG. So one of the other groups adds on to our GvG, and we say really mean things about that group, and kill them during the process.
Fuck.
Like, look, Adrestia, 5 stamina DPS, not 4, and they demolish us right there. Look at that. Look at that damage. Like, we're kind of pushing in on them, but we're stacked up because they're kiting away. But in our process of pushing in, we get all stacked up. So watch this. Like, we've got one of them, like Drexel's at 67. Like, we do our ult dump, but they see it coming. Toph and this guy, I don't think used their ults on time. But because we're dumping on them, we're all stacked up. And they just counter dump right on top of us. And we've got 3 stamina DPS, they've got 5.
Tuppy's looking low, guys. Tuppy's looking.
Boom. Look at that. Delph is on a mag DK. He's a vamp. He didn't block because he got hit by a stun from the side because he was trying to do damage. Gets melted. Look at those Dawnbreakers.
Fuck, Fred's down.
They destroyed us like that.
So they wait to dump.
Which is smart.
Yeah, that's
we do that too.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
I was not expecting to lose that fast. Honestly, I have no experience with DVD, and our group probably never would do it. But to me, with the current game, everyone builds to get less HP and excited about playing a studio 5 DVDs. I want to go ahead and zero somebody. I mean, yeah, but you can say that about any.
We dot all of them up. You guys, we
like,
can't get clumped up in the middle. And
I like to think of it
target.
a
You have to call it target because we.
Yeah, so we're yelling at each other. I like to think of it more kind of like a game of soccer. You know, like if you don't have a goalie, and it's easy for someone to just kick a goal and like you 1-0, you got a goal, winning the goal. But there's so much that goes into it with positioning and baiting out the ultimates and watching the ultimates and making sure that your damage counts and trying to figure out who the good targets are. And it's a lot of fun. But yeah, if you're looking at like a group like mine, if we're fighting like a pug 6-man, then it's no contest. We'll just destroy them because they won't be able to synchronize. Like, you have to be really synchronized in order to fight a synchronized group. Because when you're playing really well together, like when you guys know what to look for and you know what to call out, it's a huge advantage. And that's why like small scale groups that are fighting pugs, like if you're in a 4-man and a BG and you're pre-made and you're fighting 2 pugs, there's nothing cool about winning that. Nothing cool about winning that at all. And those of you that watch my stream will hear me whine because I'll put a pre-made together to fight another pre-made. Like Mubs, if I see you guys have a 4-man, I won't feel bad about putting a 4-man together. You know? But if like I see nothing but solo queuers out, I will not want to put together a group because there's nothing cool about beating, a pickup group with an organized, synergized squad. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm being super toxic.
To fix that, I'm gonna give Devin.
Okay, yeah, I'm being super toxic. I'm kind of playing an auxiliary healer role here, but I still had Crown. So what I'm doing is I'm passing Crown to one of the Stamina Templars. So that way I can stay farther in the back. We're ult dumping. Everyone has to dump their ultimate before the start of the fight so that no one can start off with that. Mubs, I don't know if you've played, but since last Monday, they actually fixed the queue time. Like, I can play my Stamina Warden again in BGs, and it's amazing. I used to have like 45-minute long queue times. I can be in a 4-man with my Stamina Warden. Lord Vark sent Information Broker, and I were doing one last night. It took like 10 minutes to pop. Crom and I were doing some 3-man queues earlier today. And we were getting pops like really fast too. So thank God they fixed it. You're still getting the same fights, but it's not taking as long to match it up.
There's 7 people over there.
You block and you jump in order to start the fight.
Well, they keep changing people out. I feel like they're making.
Yeah, Ross's.
Wait, what
They
are these
didn't change anybody out.
Alright, we're going. Put Caltrops down. Caltrops have to be down. Who's this B Ross dude? He's like looking low.
in there, yeah. He's dead.
Some random spectator added into the fight.
Drexel.
So look at like this lineup. Like they're pretty much stacked on top of us, but they keep moving. Every time we put our Caltrops down, the fight will kind of shift because these guys are slowly moving, but they're still staying on the outside. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to avoid Rack. Rack is doing big damage, and they're throwing down Caltrops, so they only got one of them down. But Rack's doing big damage, and he's running Fasalids. So if they get near Rack, they'll hear the s of the Fasalid set. The DB combos are usually very easy to predict timing-wise. Yeah, they are. They are. And I mean, you guys have seen that. Like that's a lot of it. But it's only easy to predict if you know what to look for, you know? And the other thing, too, the reason why everyone dumps ult at the beginning is because if everyone starts off with 0 ultimate, then it's pretty easy for you to know around when the other team will have the ultimate to do the DB. And then it's a game of, like, ultimate chicken with the DBs. But thank God Remembrance costs a little bit less than the Dawnbreaker. If Remembrance was a 200 cost ultimate, then the GvG for stamina would be a lot different than it is right now.
Focus, Drax.
Watch out.
So I'm kind of playing on the outside.
Caltrops down, guys. Caltrops
To be
down.
a backup healer. I should probably, in retrospect, have tried to do more damage.
Make sure
Drexel,
Blade Cloak is all the way up. Dots on everybody. Dots on everybody.
Drexel's on the outside. He's healed up.
And again, outside means he's out of range of his teammates' figures, which means he's easier to damage.
Caltrops.
There's their ult dump. Look at how fast that damage was. Holy shit. Like, watch that. It's... Like, we're at full HP. They're spread out. This is what made Adrestia so good, is that, like, with some groups, you can tell that they're about to do their ult dump because all 4 of them will, like, immediately turn and face the same person at the same time and just go straight for them. Adrestia is really good at acting casual. They're, like, whistling and walking along, and then BAM! Like, all together. Like, they do not look like they're about to do an ult dump. But my team is clumped up right here in the middle. I'm on the outside. Toph is on the outside. But our Magplar and Daros is right there in the middle, which means we're super vulnerable right now. Thankfully, I'm on my back bar, and there is my Shrooms. And there's their DB. They're hitting it from different sides. They're hitting the DB on our clump in the middle from different angles, which is a really smart way to do it. This guy over here, I think, hit the wrong target.
Caltrops.
Hit it.
Boom. Just like that. Like, boom.
Hit it.
And you can see me spamming the Shrooms to keep my team alive. But then because they're clumped up right now, that's why our target caller is saying, hit it. Has there been a GvG without ults allowed? It would never end. It would be nonstop. Maybe in no CP it could work.
Nice save.
Adrestia has a really good Magplar too. Like, we have a good Magplar, they have a good Magplar.
We're gonna play Caltrops, guys. Keep the dots on them.
Because if we lose this, we would have lost the tournament. Adrestia would have won. But if we win,
Here comes.
Because we hadn't lost to Lollizer yet. So if we had won this, in my mind, this was our only tough fight
On
left.
me, I'll rack on the outside.
So I'm spamming my shroom heal, and then I see the
Drop it.
and I got really mad at Fred for doing the Dragon Leap then. But I talked to him afterwards. He needed the stamina.
I still have mine.
A lot of the Thogard has bad stamina management
More
rumors
bubbles to pop.
come from me spam healing the shrooms.
We're good. We're doing good, guys. Keep it up.
Just keep the dots going. Keep the dots going. Here comes.
So I can see that my team's stacked up, and I know Drexel won't be able to resist.
This guy's stamped out.
Thorval.
So we have full ultimate.
Hit it now.
Their remembrance. Watch out for the counter bomb. Spread out. Spread out. Their remembrance. Dot him up. Reapply Caltrops.
They haven't ult dumped yet. Or have they? So they got Caltrops down. They're stacking them too. So there's the Nova.
That's their fucking thing. Bob.
They're running synergy. So they drop that Nova. And they're stam, but it still does a lot. So you can see me, I'm like sitting here. Like I'm in the back. I didn't get caught by the Nova because I'm playing really far on the outside. It's kind of like a backup healer because that first match we got rocked by damage. So I'm just sitting there. My beetles are still doing damage to them, but I am spamming my heal. Trying to keep my team alive because they're taking big damage.
Block.
Get out.
And thankfully we survived.
Next time.
Get on Rastia. Get on Rastia.
Oh shit. Okay. I won't hit it.
Hit it.
You're only allowed one resto per team. So because Rack was running resto, Fred is not allowed to run his.
Rack, Mike.
Guys, just keep applying Caltrops.
Rack has a loud fan.
Keep it up,
I think people wouldn't die
Put
still in
pressure on the
OCP.
warden.
I want to find out.
Thorval.
I think it'd be worth it because like dots
DB in 3.
are so strong.
1.
They're
Hit
so
it.
dumb.
Nice.
And because we had our remembrance going, we dumped right on top of theirs. We were able to get them, and we got one of them.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Stay in there. Replay Caltrops. Replay the dots.
Of course, you can still build up in OCP, but it feels a lot more balanced. ESO and OCP. I agree. There's certain things in OCP that are a little bit stronger than they should be. Like that whole, mag tunes using physical damage and stam tunes using magical damage ultimates. I think can be a little bit too strong in OCP. Like, I don't know why there aren't more mag sorps. I hit the wrong button there. If I hadn't have accidentally hit that button.
Caltrops.
Drexel.
You
He's
would've
on the
got them.
outside. He's running.
And proc sets are too strong in OCP.
He's low on stam. He's down.
You got stam lock and we got him.
Alright, keeping at it. Or no?
No, we're still going.
Alright.
Drop
Tuppy's
it.
low.
The GvG with the Torgs made a 3-4 rending, taking on one non-stamp player progress. Well, that's why, you
dots,
gotta
everybody.
save your
Play dots.
purifies, man.
Alrek.
But like in a
Alright.
GvG thing, I
Dots on
actually
the
don't
ground.
think it would be that
Got it.
strong.
Alright, that's it. GG.
Because
GG.
you could run, you could have 3 different
Good job,
purifies.
guys.
That's 1 purify every 6 seconds. You could also have someone running Purge, which would cut the duration of those dots in half. So that was it. We went 1-1. The next fight we had with Adrestia, we were winning, but they had someone DC due to lag, and then we had someone DC due to lag on the 4th one. Ooh, PvP, nice. We're actually watching some videos of some footage. Now let me see if I can find. I think this is it. The fight where we just got stomped by Lollizer. Totally unexpected. We ended up finishing the match with oh whoops, no, that's not it. That's an actual video. Oh, it changed my page. Is it? No. What page am I on? Did it sort it differently? Here we go.
Around, looping
Grenade
around.
hit him.
Get on
Grenade hit
the
him.
dots. Get dots up on everybody.
So this is
Get
us
on
against the
Fred, on
lollies.
Fred. My tree's on Fred.
3, 2,
We need
1,
heals on Fred. We need
hit,
heals on
hit.
Fred.
And now that's
That's
We
there.
fought them 5 times. They beat us 4 times. We beat them once.
No, that was mine. I can't bar swap. I'm a liability right now because I'm fucking lagging out.
And Rack was overheating. Do you normally stream at this time, Thogart PvP?
Dot him up. Dot him up. Dot him up.
I usually go pretty late compared to most
Fine,
other
fine.
American streamers because
Just
I'm a
dot
night
him up.
owl.
Stay spread out. If you see
I drank
something, call
like
it out.
2 Red Bulls about 4 hours ago, so that's why I'm awake right now.
Here comes.
But no, usually I don't stream
Careful,
at this
careful.
time. Not on a Sunday. But I have a week off. I'm on vacation right now, so I'm staying up a little bit later than usual. And I'm actually having a lot of fun watching this footage. I haven't reviewed this in a while. Especially because I know a lot of you guys are in EU. And the more interest we could get on EU for this kind of thing, the better. I think this might be the one
Spread
fight
out.
we
Spread
won.
out. Spread out.
got one.
We dropped one.
That's fine. Spread out. You guys are still clumped. You guys are still clumped.
Yeah, so this is actually when we were in slightly better
All right,
mood.
reapply dots. Reapply dots. We're starting over. We have to start all the way over from scratch, but it's okay. Making progress.
Red Bull sugar high doesn't last long. No, but the caffeine does.
Just get dots up on everybody. Caltrops down on everybody.
Which is the wrong strategy to use against this group. I know that now. A lot of the calls I made in this fight were the wrong
Dots up on
calls.
everybody.
That was one of their leaps.
That's
Ready
me.
to hit.
Caltrops down.
I'm not calling
Everybody,
targets,
we
but
gotta
I'm
get the
calling
caltrops
some
down
of
and
the
the
macro
bleeds out before we
strategies.
hit, okay?
But I'm not calling the targets. Let me
You ready?
take my
Okay,
video hit.
that's
off.
us.
I was like,
3, 2, 1, hit him.
so that's me.
Got him. Good.
Nova got
That's theirs. Watch out.
Run away from the Nova.
We've got our
Watch out from the gate.
Stamplar.
The gate's coming, guys. The
target
gate
calling.
is coming.
It's dead.
Heavy attack, guys. Get stamina back. Get stamina back. Spread out.
So they're running synergy, so those talons hurt.
You're done.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think
Alright,
that was the
2-1.
one fight we won.
Good fight, guys.
Really good job,
adjustments.
guys. Really good job.
Really awesome. It's what we proved we can do time and time again, and despite like all my yelling and shit, like that.
But because it was a best of 3, we had already lost. This was an exhibition match. So because we lost to Lollies
I'm
Zerg,
gonna clip that, Fred.
Um,
Play it for you later.
Lolly Zerg lost to Animosity, Animosity lost to
But
Adrestia,
Rack,
and
we need you
Adrestia
so
lost
much
to us.
against these guys
It was
because
a
you're doing a lot of
four-way
AoE
tie for
damage,
first
and
place.
your shit is also AoE, so it's hitting all of them.
Do they want to go again?
And that's also wrong, because they can do more AoE damage than
I
Rack.
say, you could say
So
that
we're not
GG,
gonna be able
like,
to
you
beat
guys
them
beat us fair and square
at their own
2-1,
game.
but we're happy to scrim if you guys want to practice more.
It's nice fighting a different play style, you know?
Forces
We're not
growth.
being super toxic right now, because
Yeah.
we've
Well,
actually
so
beat
you,
them for
you weren't
once.
with us
Everyone who
during AP week when we had to fight the ball groups, and it was a
But
very,
the
very
last 2
similar
were
principle.
really bad.
Yo, big credit Thogard with just like keeping your shit together and making those adjustments. And I think that week definitely helped you see this on a smaller scale to like how to adjust to it.
Yeah, and like really will be a lot better once I can post the videos, because I think that's how we all learn.
I'm just
even
kidding.
if I'm posting videos of losses. But that's what we did with LOM. We came back and we
really
got.
learn from win videos.
Fred is going to be
Jerk off
replacing
to it,
me as the target caller and direction caller.
And so I told them they won the tourney. This is just for
Because
fun,
I
but
play
think
too
they're
far
ready.
in the back. Like when I've got Crown,
Want
I
another
play
one?
on the outside
Yeah,
of the fight.
Okay.
They
Is
won
PC
another.
back
We
up
won
yet?
another.
I
Let's
don't
do it.
think
It's
so.
good practice.
Let's find out. In progress. Not yet.
Hold on. I need to get like some.
Was assumed. Oh, I should change my stream title, huh?
Their ult syncing is interesting because they have so many different ways to
I
kill
just
us. They're
realized
not
that.
using the traditional ult.
Sorry, guys, for those of you that have been deceived.
They're spreading them out. But
This
each
is
one
a
of those,
Stamina
if we
Warden
get caught in it,
replay
has
video
enough
for
damage
GvG.
to kill
The
us.
damage isn't from the ults. The ults support the damage, and the damage comes from synergy, etc. You know, when the
Fred is right. I am
Yeah, and
wrong.
if you hold down block too long, there goes the stamina.
You can block the synergy stuff, though.
I love it.
Thank
It's a
God.
new approach, but it's
I feel like
also
just be running duo wield right now.
easier and
But
just
Indaros, aren't you fucking glad about that 25% reduction?
That was back when I was keeping that build on the down low, and the expression on my face is hilarious.
Yeah, for this.
Yeah. This is the group I was worried about.
And actually, it does. The synergy itself is technically single target, not AOE. This is open world PvP. No, this is a GvG tournament that happened back in August.
All right, this will be our last.
Someone
one.
had
You guys
requested some footage of us, which is like we're running 3 Stam DPS,
cool, I like
Mag Blar, and then 2 Mag DPS.
This is not the first.
Little different.
But this is a Mag group we're fighting,
Caltrops
and a
down,
6-man. Of all the ball groups on PCNA, this
They
is the
are
only
spreading
group
out. Make sure Caltrops
that was
are
brave
down.
enough to come fight us in our home
They are
field,
clumping up. They're trying to
which is
follow
the
us.
6-man
Get the Caltrops down,
size.
guys. Surround them.
They are fighting out of their element, and they were kicking our ass.
Heals, block. All right, we're good. Just dot them up.
Is that your remembrance, by the way?
No.
Those purges, man.
Yeah, because I'm trying to dot them up, but they're just running Purge, which again, I'm not used to fighting. I'm really not used to fighting that kind of thing. So I don't know any better.
Replay Caltrops.
But how did you achieve this? Some large instance? This was on shore, in the middle of nowhere.
Get the Caltrops and the bleeds on first.
Busy. 3, 2, 1.
And I missed that Dawnbreaker. If I hadn't missed that, we might have been able to drop them.
Spread.
That's the downside of playing 2 fun
I
outside.
got the lag. Motherfucker!
Remembrance.
You're okay, Rec. You're okay.
Let's go, remembrance.
Push on
This was
Replay
a
Caltrops,
tournament we're not
replay
used to
Caltrops.
losing, so
Eyes down.
you can see him lagging. It's like bodies moving across the bottom there.
Watch out, Dell.
And then our Mag DK is taking heavy damage from the fire damage too. So there's the
My trees.
standards, and they're like shackle, and they're all in synergy, so they're just destroying us.
Replay Caltrops.
But we organized the tournament, Outster. We organized it. It was a ton of fun.
Spread out, guys. You're a little bit too tight.
Not yet.
I
I'm still
really
back
hope that you guys on EU. I'm assuming you're on EU, but it would be really cool if you guys would do something similar. There were 10 different 6-man teams that entered this tournament, and I'm out of stamina because I'm not heavy attacking because their Mag DKs like to block, and they're good enough to block all my damage. There's their damage.
Get out.
They waited until we dumped, and then they just did a shit ton of
Yeah, the
damage
rocks.
to us.
Back to the
But the cool thing about this group that we're fighting right here, dude, like the thing that's just so, like that made it so challenging for us,
Figures, guys.
is that their damage is persistent. We're used to like having to block a like a
You're
Dawnbreaker
alone.
synchronized,
Devin?
and then
Yep.
not really have
So is
that
this
much
guy.
risk
He's getting
anymore.
fucked.
This group,
Oh, he just
once
got
their
beat
standards
up.
go down, they can keep
Incoming.
chasing us with those standards,
All right, we're good.
and they can keep hitting those synergies.
Caltrops down, guys. Caltrops down. Caltrops is the name of the game.
And these guys are actually really cool. Like I spent a lot of time talking to these guys afterwards. Their GM is ex-stalker. He's a really cool dude. He and I both came from a DAOC 8v8 background.
That's right. There's a
And
little
it's interesting how like I went from 8-man to like 6-man and 4-man, and he went from
Caltrops.
8-man to like 9 to 12-man.
Dots up.
But we both have a very similar background from other games. Like look at that damage though. We're so used to being the ones that are pushing, but these guys are pushing on us, and they're just bringing those standards down. And we're trying to stay out of it, but we're not used to having to kite. We're used to other groups trying to kite us.
Caltrops down, guys. We gotta get the dots back out.
It's 6v6. Do you have dedicated healers? Each
How
team
many
is only
banners,
allowed
dude? What the
one
fuck?
dedicated healer.
I'm hitting.
Each team is allowed one dedicated healer.
Bad. Caltrops. Get him through block.
Which was the wrong call. That was the wrong call that I made right there.
Caltrops down.
I made a lot of bad
Get the bleeds
calls
up.
against this group because
You
I
guys
was
see
just
him at like 7%.
so
Remember,
inexperienced
bleeds go through block,
fighting
they're
this
all
type of
block
thing.
bots.
And they're not block bots at
Some
all. I was
DBs
totally wrong about that. Like if you look at them, like you'll see like I think Staff Staff. Like, they're not block bots at all. I was totally wrong about that. They're just really good at healing and staying together.
Incoming.
And there's a negate. That's another thing that stamina groups rarely use against each other.
Just stay on them.
And I'm not heavy attacking them, and it's killing my stamina. I think they're also using that evasion set. I'm not used to like heavy armor Magplars.
Push them through.
Shuffle
Their
dodging.
backfield's open. Get on X-Chan and Stalker in the back. Those are their weak spots.
Hit him in 3.
That's not true. Those are not their weak spots.
Gotta go.
Spread.
There's their shocks. But look, our Magplar got caught in the thing, and he remembranced, but they can keep pushing on him hard, and they're just going to reset those banners. And every time those banners reset, it refreshes the synergy cooldown. Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can get the rest of that. Which one was this? 1933-45. 1936-46. Here we go.
Dot that person out. They are spread out, so are we.
Stalker.
Don't worry about bombing them, dude. Just honestly, just save it. Save it until we can know that they're not purifying the dots. We gotta dot them up.
And they're always going to
get
purify
dots
the
on their
dots.
backfield.
That's where I was wrong.
They've got these two
Jimmy
DKs that
XT.
are always in the backfield. X-Chan and what's the other one's name?
They're running low on resources.
Their positioning is really good, and this is where they get us.
Oh, that's a good bomb.
I think. Oh, we're not.
Trees.
I shouldn't have used trees though.
Get the ones in their backfield. X-Chan is a primary target. Caltrops down. They're on Fred.
Fred is the Delph. Oh, but they've already got the we got our Stamplar down.
My lead.
Because they're just so persistent. Like us fighting this group is kind of what it was like for some of the other groups to fight us.
What happened? Rack died?
Because we have to get out of their AoE.
Yeah.
And we're used to being the dominant ones there. What is that big blue AoE? I'm colorblind to green, so what I did is I changed my friendly heals from green to blue.
They got you right through it.
So blue is
they
self heal.
have great ult gen. I don't know how they keep getting fucking ults up like they do, but
Synergy, dude. Synergy's good ult.
I don't know if that's true or not. Let me see which one's this.
Alright, we're gonna fight a Drestia, guys. We're gonna fight a Drestia.
That's the one we already watched. I think this is the toxic one.
What are you saying? Thank you to
got food. Oh, here they are. There they are.
what's up, I'm Topher?
Yeah.
So
Is your name?
we were
You don't have to
so
answer this anymore,
cocky
but is your
going
name
into this.
Chris?
I think this was our
Yeah.
first match with them.
Okay.
Yes.
We were so cocky. Did you try aiming the Purger? I think they had more than one person
Watch out for
doing
that
it.
gate.
Like we weren't used to fighting this kind of thing, and we did not know what we were
I'm
getting
gonna get
into.
killed these negates now. I'll
We
just say this.
assumed that we
think one
would
might be
like
a
just win
damage
this really
roll.
easily, because this was
Look,
their
check 'em
first
out.
time showing up at something like
So
this.
they have a Sork with a shield. It's a Dragon
Is he?
Disruptor. Zealot.
Dragon.
Dragon.
Yo, so what I suggest,
We like to make fun of LOM
we
sometimes.
keep a little more space between us.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
What Fred said right there, keeping space between us, that is absolutely the right thing to do. He's 100% right about that.
Just like when you feel the burst coming, that's when you want to start spreading out a little bit.
When you feel the burst
Because
coming,
it's like
that's
if we've got all,
so
they've got all.
vague.
You kind of see them like moving a little bit differently. Alright.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Alright,
there.
but yeah, guys, remember roots, snares, caltrops, and bleeds. They're going to be blocking. That is a block-heavy group. They have one Templar. We are going to kill them on their lack of purifies.
But I didn't know that they were going to be running Purge. I did not know that they were going to be running Purge, because I'm not used to fighting groups that have a character with enough magic to run Purge. So I'm a small scaler. These guys brought something totally new to a GvG tournament, and they cleaned us up with it. And I hope that more of the like ball groups, the large scale organized teams, come to GvGs. The small scale
is how we
GvGs
win.
anyway.
Target the temple.
We're gonna target all
Stalker's
of
running
them.
45k
Target all of
HP.
them. Dot all of them up.
And they've got guys in there in light armor, 24k HP. How long is a heavy attack in ESO? It depends on what type of
Marginal victory is not enough.
Let's go.
heavy attack it is. This is our very first fight against them. So we're pushing against them because we're used to pushing, and they're kind
push through, push hard,
cutting
push
backwards.
hard. Here it comes, block, block, block.
And pushing hard is the wrong thing to do against this group.
Block. They're pushing, or they are pulling. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling.
Like trying to find that target.
Stack
I don't know what they look like because they all look the
block,
same.
Block. Replay caltrops.
And I'm out of position too. I'm behind them.
X-Chan. X-Chan. Going down. Get ready
Here
to
comes the
bomb it.
leap. Block, 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 block.
Get out of that, get out of that, get out of that.
So when we're fighting a stamina group, usually once we see the leaps and stuff, we're like, all right, we're out of it. So then we can turn around and start doing damage. What we were not expecting is what this group is doing. When they do their alt dumps, they don't dump alts. They start the snowball moving, and the steamroll picks up steam. And this
Out of
happens.
that.
Bad negate.
Just outside, outside.
Remember, stop. Lost out.
That's fine. Get in Daros.
Yes.
No stamina.
Our Magplar stand locked.
Guys, caltrops down. Reapply the dots. The dots. Dots
ready,
on
Mom.
everybody. Dots on everybody.
On X-Chan, on X-Chan. In 3, 2, 1. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Down.
So we got one of them, but look, they're still bringing in the synergy stuff. So now it's 5-5.
They're sneaky. Alright guys, push through all the way through their backfield, okay? Get ready, they're gonna bomb soon. Caltrops on the ground. Bleeds on all of them.
Which is the wrong thing to do.
Here it comes, here it comes.
Joe, Joe, Joe.
Close.
In the backfield, black
Steam.
ice, black ice. Alright. He's back in it. TV's up.
Because see, we blew our remembrance, but they're still throwing down the standards. And we're just not used to that.
Ready to hit.
Caltrops down.
3, 2, 1, hit him.
Here it comes. Stack figures, guys, stack
Stalker
figures.
V.
Run them through, here it comes. Block.
Kid's got DBs.
I do. Here it comes.
Watch out, watch out.
I'm up.
They're gonna use their ults.
Hit it in 3, 2, 1, hit it. Busy, busy.
Keep the pressure on busy.
Yeah, stand busy. I'm going down. Heavy, heavy, heavy. I'm dead.
Fuck! Alright guys, dots on everybody. Do not worry about targeting one person. Dots on everybody.
And that's the wrong way to fight this group. I made a lot of bad calls.
Dots on everybody. Caltrops on the ground. We still have all of our... It's not over yet, boys.
It was pretty much over.
No, we need to dot them up. We're not going to drop one because they're
Standstill was absolutely right. I was absolutely wrong. And I know that now. But at the time, I was trying to use the same strategy that we use against the stam groups, and it did not work.
going to block all that damage. We have to go through the stuff that goes through block. Dot them up. Dot them all up.
By the time we finished like dotting them because of their purges.
No FPS.
Like
My trees.
the dots
my
will already
trees.
have worn off on the first one.
Dot them up.
Like dotting up doesn't do anything.
They're on me. I need a purifier on the ground. I need a purifier on the ground.
Guys, get out. Kite.
My blade cloak is down, which is a problem.
My trees.
I shouldn't have used trees there. I should have used an offensive ultimate. I think I'm going down here.
Caltrops on the ground, guys. Dot them up. Dot them up.
If we had won this match, we would have won the tournament.
Get on there, Magplar. Get on there, Magplar.
So you can see like a lot of people watching from the sidelines.
Get on busy. Target busy.
I have no stamina. And I'm dead here.
Heal. I need heal. I need heal. I need heal.
Ruin rest out.
Got it.
Remember tonight. Negate that.
That purify in the middle saved me.
I got 500 gold here.
Princess. Don't princess. Here comes.
I'm just so out of my element here. Maybe a negate would have made a difference. Yeah. We actually tried that. I think one of the matches with Toph, we had him run negate, but they just moved right out of it.
Keep holding out. Keep holding out. Just dot all of them up. Get ready to bomb. Get ready to bomb.
I needed to have Dizzy Swing on my bar.
Bombing in 3.
We needed to
2,
pop one up
1,
and do sync
now.
DBs then. But we were only running 3 Dawn Breakers.
3 apply bleeds. 3 apply bleeds.
And these guys were running counters to AoE damage. Like the Dizzy Swing stuff
I got the leg.
would have been
Purify,
a
Rack. Purify.
good fight here. And then Rack is lagging out there.
damn it.
And he's our best counter to that group.
Yeah, I got 4 FPS and so.
His computer overheated. This was in the middle of August. And he's in Louisiana.
roll.
And he's playing outside.
Yeah, that's a game.
And I'm dead. And before we start arguing, I'm going to cut it off right there. Because we say a lot of mean things, and there's a reason why this is on the list, dude.
Alright, let's rest.
Change
My lag is really
Change
fucking
everything.
us up.
Alright. Let's see. This is another one of the dual screens. So this one's with us and LOM again, I believe. How long is the maintenance? Technically, it's a patch, actually, which is a good sign because there's some things that need to be done for sure. So I don't know, but because it's a patch and not just like maintenance, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little bit longer. Let me check and see. Because it's been 2 hours now. It's been 2.5 hours in progress. Match posts. Someone's starting to quit because the maintenance times are too long. Classic.
Guys, this group's not like out of my.
So again, oh wait, no, this is the one. Is this the one I already showed? Yeah, this is with Jules and Arya. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Oh, this was a test. I think this one's the short fight. I think this was from that same tournament.
Alright, boys, here we go.
This is
Ready
hard.
to push in.
So everything that you hear from your left side is the Scrubs Anonymous Discord. Everything on the right side is the Legions of the Mortar Discord. So this is from that same tournament that happened back in
Same
August.
strategy last time. Remember, dot him up, then burst. Look for the weak link. Dot him up. Look for the weak link.
The strategy totally worked against the Stam group. Didn't work at all against the Mag group.
Try to go for Ozgul first if we can.
But this was our first fight of that tournament.
Bossy's already going down.
The bleed's going. Each player.
Bossy's going
First goes
down.
out. Kill Ross.
Figure out. Those dots going.
That expression on my
Mag,
face. I'm
come
like,
to me. Come to me. Come to me.
They're gonna dump. They're gonna dump. They're gonna dump.
Bundle here.
You ready?
Roll dodge to the northwest.
Roll dodge to the northwest.
Come here to me to the west. Out of the caltrops.
You ready?
I got
Taylor?
beat.
You ready?
so if you heard, so we're about to dump on him. If you heard Pale, he's like, they're about to get us.
First on me.
I'm dead.
He's like, yeah, they're gonna burst them. He saw it coming,
Yo.
but they were too late on their remembrance.
Nice. Good job, guys.
GvG.
Needed the remembrance.
Let me actually go back a little bit. Let me go. Do any of you guys on EU ever go to what we affectionately call on NA as a Zerg slide? Oh, you never have pictured Paler to be that in person. Yeah, dude, I know. Dude's jacked. He's the only ESO player that's ever sent me a topless photo of himself. But yeah, I got those topless Paler photos. Do any of you guys on EU ever go to Zerg slide? It's this like slide, so people just kind of like fall down.
Good luck.
And they land with like a ton of damage.
I wish I could be alive.
Where you just pack them up as they fall down. It's like one of my favorite things to do is bait people to Zerg slide. It's near Are there rankings in this game?
Use it.
There are, but they don't matter. The rankings that are built into the game are completely meaningless. They're a measure of who plays the most, not who's actually better. Because it's not like it measures a kill-death ratio or a win ratio. It just measures how many points you get from each win. So the way to get a really, really high ranking is to just play a lot. You know, if you've got a guy that wins 100 times and loses 101 times, and another guy that wins 99 times and loses 0 times, the guy that wins 100 and loses 101 is going to have a higher ranking. But I love Zerg Slide right here. It's my favorite spot in the game. But let me see if we can find another. Which one's this? Okay, so this was a GvG tournament from a while ago. This was back in
You got a lot of
April.
people watching us.
And back in April.
I can tell.
Forehead it is.
I can tell.
Do any of you guys want a 2v2 after this?
So,
No, I gotta
Lyser and
After this, I'll be
Smokes on Mids are now in
I'm
Animosity.
just waiting for this fucking riot to happen.
Oh, I think this was the last fight with LOM.
We need to like merge with
Or no,
Animosity.
this was.
Marcel wants us to.
Fight the LM large group or DC large group?
So who are we fighting
Oh
here?
yeah,
We haven't rezzed Execute Boy or whatever. Okay, sorry, man.
Oh, this was Yellow Fever. Hold on. Yes, this was another fight against LOM.
That's why I didn't find it.
So what we're doing is there's always like a massive brawl at the end. So all these people are like sitting around watching the GvG because this is the last match of the GvG. And so after this match ends, the massive Zerg brawl starts.
You guys ready? Everyone dump bolts?
Yep. Alright.
Putting a trap down
So
right
this
here.
is
Alright,
more of
Beetle's
like
down
an expedition match against LOM. back then we weren't stacking caltrops, we were stacking a shit ton of rearming traps. We had 4 people in the group spamming rearming traps, we would have a shit ton of traps everywhere. But the group we're fighting, LOM, is running 2 Magplars. This was back when you were allowed to run 2 Magplars. My group is running, I think, 2 Stamina Wardens, which also is banned.
Medic Ruth will be the person you want to be on rack for your vamp stun.
Our group has like a lot of people in it because we're getting ready for the melee at the end. But we have 6 people. This is a 6v6.
He's in the back towards the tree. Now he's on the opposite side.
You can see the rest of our group kind of like off to the side there. Oh, and this is back when Miet's add-on still works too.
Mine is.
It's fun.
Mine will be by the time it's ready.
75% all.
Oh, fuck, my food ran out.
But why are all these people in our group now?
For the brawl afterwards, they're not in the fight though. We only have 6 here.
Have a great evening.
Just for the love of God, people that are in the
Hey, thanks,
group
man. Thanks for
do
tuning
not
in.
fight.
Yo, get out in the gate.
There's 4 of us back there, 10 total.
And my sleeves up. You guys ready?
My mouse sensitivity was a lot lower back then. I wasn't as good at like staying on top of people.
Nice kill.
We keep focus Taylor,
We would focus Ross
Yeah,
because he's Australian, and the Australian ping meant he was slower to
dude, he's a
react
nice
to our
guy.
old thumps.
Guys, just you know, be cool.
Comms.
There comes voice.
He's
I got a Nova for the next one.
Banning gate.
Jesus Christ, I'm having the hardest time keeping my buffs up. 'Cause I'm a noob.
I am a noob.
TV's up.
Mine is up.
Sub now.
KD ratio and BGs would be a nice off thing. There is, dude, PvP meter tracks that. I think on my Stamblade I'm like
I just remembered.
10.9 and
Yeah, right.
kills and 2.5 death.
Vaults or no?
I think my Warden's closer to like 7 and 3.
Your acuity.
Really cool add-on called PvP meter. All one word. PvP-METER, no space.
Alright, I have a slate up when you guys are ready.
What if we get on Medic Ruth like that? No, we need to stay on their DPS.
So they're running 2 Magplars.
They're doing a good
And
job.
Fingrush is on the Disruptor build. So they've got 3 Stamina Warden.
TV's up.
Alright, I have my. You ready?
3, 2.
So Osgold's on
No,
Magplar.
safe.
There's a Remembrance. And the Medic
They
Ruth
saw
is
it
also a
coming.
Magplar.
Yeah, that's why we got a time CC. Cluster is looking pretty low.
And as the groups got better and better at anticipating bursts, like the double Magplar thing became more and more of a problem. This is Aussie discrimination stream, to be honest. That's true. Maybe if Australia wasn't a third world country with a slow ass internet, wouldn't have to discriminate then now, would we? Oh yeah.
Sub down. 3, 2.
Maybe if you join the modern age, vote for politicians, they'll give you the basic equivalent of cable internet.
Sub.
It wouldn't be such an issue. Now would it?
Something here?
2.
Pretty keen to have a ping below 300, are you?
That's all.
Alright, no more fake Australian accent. I'm sorry guys. I apologize.
I just got CC 3 times in a row, dude.
I have a lot of respect for Australians because they have to like anticipate everything much faster than Americans do because of their ping. And I think like Australians make really good duelers because like they have to anticipate rather than react, and I think that's a really important skill. Like I don't know any Australians that are like really bad at the game.
Stay
They
on
will
him, stay
quit.
on him through the Remembrance.
All the
Stay on
Aussies I
Ruth,
know
stay
are
on
like
Ruth, for the love of God.
good players with really good theory crafting, and
You
really
ready
good
to use it?
anticipation.
Wait for that.
I gotcha.
Wait for that again.
I need orbs.
Every time we're about to do
No,
like
we
an
can't
alt
wait
dump,
because then the
Fingrush
Remembrance is going to be
just
back up. We got to keep pushing.
bolts through the group and totally disrupts our burst.
We got siege on it.
And I don't know if you guys saw that. Someone from the
Ruth's down.
Spectation
Done. Spike's over.
is shooting siege at us. Some DC group is some like random spectator like, showed up and put up a catapult.
Seriously.
Just keep killing them, so don't let them stop
It's
it.
getting taken care of. It's getting taken care of.
Just keep killing them. Get on
These
Azog.
fights were so much longer.
He's gonna die. Azog.
This was back before we started running spend to win. The GvG meta has changed significantly. The history of Australia is awesome as a country. Nice. They usually get slightly better ping than Aussie, though, at least. Was that supposed to be an Aussie accent? Yes, it was. Yes, it was supposed to be an Aussie accent. I will say that I do a better Australian accent than my Australian friends do an American accent.
They've got an extra person in there.
I will stick to my guns on that one.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. We'll kill him anyway.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, dude, we knew this was gonna happen. He stay on A's.
This was an exhibition match. It wasn't like an official match because we had already had 3 fights with LM. Let me see. Let's see which one was that. Which one's this? Is this Stripe?
Watch out, burst.
So remember, guys, Bossy Rossi first target.
Oh no, this was I think our first fight with LM.
Rack, keep your gross lizard toes away from me.
Alright, let's see this.
I miss some of these guys I don't get the GvG as much with, so this is actually kind of cool for me.
What? They're all done.
So Paylork started like motioning that he was ready, and then he went AFK. And Fingrush was streaming this whole thing too, and like you can like kind of see like Fingrush's reaction to what just happened right there was fucking hilarious. He was like, "All right, we're ready," and then Paylork's like, "All right, guys, I gotta go." And Fingrush is like, "What?" This is funny.
Up and down, dude. Hello?
The fuck? Come on.
You had to be there, I guess.
Now I have fucking 90 ult.
Yeah, dude, I'm almost.
So let me fast forward a little
About a
bit.
second time,
So we had to
guys.
dump ult again.
Oh, he's using the fucking vampire stun. That's so troll.
It works though. And Rack,
Yeah,
if you could do the
Fingrush was
same thing
absolutely
when
in
we're
a troll
calling
build.
burst, that would be the best thing you could do.
But it was effective. Although honestly, he's such a strong stamina DPS. I think LM would have been better off
If you could
Bang
use the
had played
vampire
his,
stun
like,
on whoever
offensive
we're about
stamp
to
sword,
target, that would be
and they had
fucking
put
awesome.
someone else on the disruptor.
Alright.
Okay.
Nick standing right behind us. Don't look now.
Yeah, new me.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Been ready.
Alright, they're ready.
Switch Vista back to my standard.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Don't even right now.
I think I just crushed
He was running negate back bar. Oh, but yeah, on a DPS stamp sword running negate back bar.
That guy's just standing there, though. Oh.
But honestly, negate doesn't really do that much because I'm running shrooms.
Fingrush is spamming the roots.
Yeah, he is. Bossy Rossi, guys. Bossy Rossi.
And so my shrooms are the counter to
He's low, he's on the ground.
the negate.
Pressure on him,
Oh,
pressure.
negate.
And they tried, like, they kept negating us, but as soon as I see the negate, I immediately start spamming shrooms, because I know that their ult dump's coming.
Starting to focus me.
It's interesting for me to watch this, because I can see, like, a lot of mistakes that I made,
Negate's
and
probably
I can kind of,
going
like, see, like, myself, like, the areas that I've improved in.
Ulting. Come on, Bossy Rossi.
I was way too late with that dome breaker.
Really low. Ban negate.
I'm good, I'm good.
I need to be on Bossy
All on the
Rossi, but
ground,
I'm
though,
trying to
that's
heal too much.
I'm good. Remembrance.
These people are way too close. What the fuck? Bossy Rossi.
This was before Swift. Everyone's got major expedition, but without Swift,
fucking
no
Blood
one's
Altar?
really running too fast. Yeah, Fingrush was running Blood Altar. Big Boy equals standstill. No, Big Boy is competence. ESO for show. Big Boy season. Smokes on mids. The guy that goes, they're running Blood Altar. Standstill is run.
Ready, DB?
That guy, the guy just called DB, that's standstill.
3.
Ban negate.
Oh, watch out, watch out. Spread, 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 spread.
Remembrance.
DB and
And the guy that just called Remembrance is Nylos.
3. 2.
Ulting.
And that was
Bossy Rossi's
Lyser.
very low, get him. He's gone.
Got him.
Nice, good job, guys.
Class.
Lyser and Big Boy season.
On the ground.
Sadly, no longer. I mean, they're both like still with us, but
Actually, focus finger.
they got drafted by another team.
Is
We missed them a lot.
I think.
Even though I was like literally just
I mean,
grouping
Fingers
both
should
of
just
them
spam
yesterday.
and CC.
Yeah, focus him. He's got that negate too.
I think we could focus Pale.
Where'd he go?
Make a call.
This guy needs to get the fuck out of here.
They just
We kept getting ads from like people that are walking in. So Ragnarok, who was just like, this guy's gotta get the fuck out of here. The reason he's so angry is because he's running what's the it's like every time you cast a shield it shoots a more Infernal Guardian. He's running Infernal Guardian. So when the spectators get too close, his Infernal Guardian mortars are going at spectators rather than at our opponents. And it's driving poor Rack insane.
Okay, I'm good.
We are back up, my friends, back online.
Remembrance.
Yes.
Grab this in.
Quality of
I'm gonna finish this fight and then I'm gonna log back into the Stand Blade.
You ready? You ready? So
Alright.
now. 3, 2, 1.
So there's their Remembrance. But we tried to DB him through it and it actually worked. Because we had a lot more damage back then because we were stacking Stamina Wardens, which is no longer
Is
allowed.
game part of the GvG?
No, kill him anyway. 6v7. Lol.
Fingers.
Fingers just out by himself. Fingers.
Fingrush had 50k HP. I don't know why my team was Fingrush. I think Medic Ruth would have been a better target.
Stand Fingers.
But regardless, I should have been on Fingrush. It's better to do the wrong thing together than for every person to do their own version of the right thing.
Yeah.
You're right, I got a patch. Good call.